Antonio's Sports Center.
Spurs fans still celebrating the NBA draft lottery yesterday. Of course, the Atlanta Hawks won the number 1 overall pick, but the Spurs, they've got 2 picks in the top 8, number 4 and number 8. Of course, that's thanks to the Toronto Raptors for that 8th pick, all since that Jakob Poeltl trade. Tonight, a couple of more Game 4, starting with the Celtics and Cavs from Cleveland. Tip-off there set for 6 o'clock. That's followed by the Thunder and the Mavs from Dallas.
Joe Reinagel.
For the 3rd time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix on a kind of crappy, thunderstormy Monday afternoon.
Terrible day. Rainy, and it was a hell of a light show, though, when I was driving over here today. You know, the lightning coming down and stuff.
What was your lightning noise? Is that what it does?
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I did notice driving today? And I don't know, just the luck of timing. 11:30 at my house. It is just pouring. Yeah. And to the point where, like, DirecTV is not working, right?
Well, of course not.
It happens.
Yeah.
It's at least at my house. Whoever put the thing on my roof did a hell of a job. It's one hell of a storm for me to lose a DirecTV signal. I know there's others that if the wind just blows right,
exactly,
it's gone. Not the case at my house. I know it's bad if I lose DirecTV. And, you know, leave the house just afternoon after a wonderful hot pocket for lunch. And the rain had stopped. It was fine.
Yeah.
But the number of trucks I saw sliding around like it was icy. You know, you take a turn and the truck's just sliding on their back end. I'm like, it didn't rain that much, did it? It didn't hail. What the hell is the problem with all these trucks sliding and the number of street lights that have flashing red lights?
Well, see, that's the problem. I don't know about the street lights, but the trucks, sometimes it doesn't rain hard enough. It just gets the oil slick.
Yeah.
Right? And it's on the road or whatever. So maybe that was the problem. I don't know. I didn't see anybody sliding around, but I was entertained by the lightning as I was driving to work.
Entertained by the lightning?
I was entertained by that, yeah, because it was the streaks.
Yeah?
That was entertaining.
You're easily entertained, though.
Well, you know what I found fascinating is I was driving into work and seeing those streaks of lightning. I'm seeing airplanes coming in.
Sure.
And they're still coming in.
Well, absolutely.
Well, I mean, absolutely. What if they got struck by lightning?
Well, I think they're grounded.
It was in the air, Minix, okay?
Well, I think they've got the ability to have grounding effects.
I see.
That would absorb the lightning.
Okay, I still don't want to get struck by lightning if I'm in an airplane. I mean, I don't know what that would feel like, but
you wouldn't notice.
I think you might notice that.
Maybe not.
Well,
maybe not.
I don't ever want to find out.
I mean, planes can land in lightning. I mean, imagine, you know how they're told if you're in a swimming pool and it's lightning, get out because lightning, right? Imagine being on a Navy vessel in the middle of the ocean in a lightning storm.
No.
Yeah, because the ships are grounded. It's fine.
It's fine.
You're good. Your house, the roof might catch fire, but you're okay.
Well, I was always told too, if you're in your car and you get struck by lightning, you're okay because of the rubber tires.
Yeah.
See that little known stuff. I didn't
little known stuff. We all know that stuff.
Well, I didn't know that.
I mean,
I'm coming home from Charlotte yesterday.
Yeah.
And the flight took 30 minutes longer than it should have because we had to fly around a storm.
You know why they do that?
So we don't fly through the storm.
Oh, because people like you wouldn't be able to handle the bumpiness of the storm.
It was pretty bumpy even as we're descending into San Antonio.
Well, yes, because, they still have to land the thing, but they'd rather only you have a little bit of bumpiness as opposed to, an hour of getting tossed around.
I didn't really have an issue with it yesterday because I was feeling okay on that plane ride.
Although, man, you had to pee. I know you, and it bumping around like that, you would have been dying.
I will have to say, and I won't mention the name of the airline. It was not Southwest, but they gave us a warning. Right, the pilot comes on and says, "All right, well, you in 10 minutes, we're going to start our final descent. So if you got to go pee," he didn't use that word, but if you got to go to the bathroom, do it now.
Yeah.
So
you popped right up.
I thought that was nice.
I think they all do that, right?
I first time I'd ever paid attention to it. Maybe they did it before. I don't know.
Yes. Bingo. I mean, they might not always say, hey, we're going to clean up the cabin and make our final descent in a few minutes. So they're coming around picking up trash, and they don't necessarily need to tell the third grade class. And if you got to pee, now's the time to go, because once we tell you to buckle up, you can't be in there.
You know what I like to do is, because on this airline, they have a first class. I like to walk through there and go pee by the pilot.
Really?
Just to piss them off.
Oh, it doesn't piss them off. All the
hoity-toity folks in first class.
No, you're just mad that you're not up there.
Well, yeah.
And those cookies that they serve.
I guess.
Yeah.
I was
What'd you play? American, right?
American, yeah. No, it was good. Oh, we were in row 14. I could see first class.
Yeah, they put a curtain up so you can't see you.
Yeah. But I just moved that curtain and walked right in.
Walk right in.
Hell with them.
Yeah, I belong in here.
That's right.
I'm Joe Reinagel. I have a urinal.
Walking all the way to the back.
I have a urinal with a sink on it.
Dude. Now, I don't know, and I put that out on the socials yesterday. I'm in Charlotte. We didn't leave till like 6:30. Had gone up there. My wife was there on business. Went to the PGA Tour event on Saturday, which was a blast, by the way. So yesterday we're staying downtown Charlotte, so we're just kind of walking around. Had a nice Mother's Day brunch for Maggie, and we're walking. And we see this bar. It was kind of in a courtyard, and behind it was a food court, and that's where the restrooms were. So I go in there to pee for the first time. And there's two urinals, right? So there's a big dude on the left urinal, and I walk up to the other one, just a normal urinal.
Okay.
And so I hear this guy going, "I have never in my life seen anything like that."
And you looked over?
And no, dude.
How do you not look over if you hear that?
I'm not looking over, dude. So I'm in fact looking the other way. But I'm thinking to myself, like, what the hell is going on?
I mean, he might have had something growing down there from the night before. You have no idea.
Well, I don't, and I don't want to know that if that's the case.
Time out. Go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page right now.
Yes.
Because Joe is going to show the photo of what he saw after the guy said, "I have never seen anything like that." And while Joe did not immediately look, according to Joe.
No, I did not.
He did whip out his phone right away.
Well, I finished peeing first and made sure that dude was gone. So I bring my phone out to this. If you're on YouTube, you can see it. If you're not on YouTube, you're driving around. Let me tell you what it is. It's a urinal with a sink.
I don't want to sound graphic here. Make that bigger.
Oh. Hey, that's what. Yeah,
you've heard that before.
Nothing I can do about it. It's a sink on top of the urinal. I have never in my life seen anything like that, and I wouldn't wash my hands there.
Well, what else could you wash in there?
Well, I thought it was a weenie washer.
I mean, you were at a golf tournament. You saw ball washers all weekend at the golf course.
I really did. I thought maybe you had to. You could take care of. Hey, Seymour Wiener. Yeah, you could take care of your wiener while you're there. There was soap and everything.
At least they didn't have a mirror there.
I wish it had a magnifying glass. You stick it under there, and it's that's big.
Why do you think Manscaped products are so popular?
So I will have to tell you that we stayed at this bar for a while. So I went back. When I went back in there, I had to use that.
Well, of course you did.
Now, I didn't wash my hands there because they had a sink.
Are you sure?
No, I'm positive.
I mean, now, all right. So, trying to describe this, it's a urinal and there's a sink on it, but the sink's got like a half of a splash guard. So the water from the sink runs underneath this little wall, if you will, and down into the urinal drain. It's a sink without a drain, right?
Well, yeah, except for the urinal.
Well, except the urinal, but the sink part does not have its own drain.
No.
Looking at that photo,
no.
So, did you know where to aim? Did you think, well, can I arc it up and get it into the sink? I mean, there's so many things there.
Dude, I was mesmerized by this thing.
But why in the hell would you have that? Like, I could see like in New York City, when I used to have an apartment in New York City.
Do you have a deal like that?
No, but I mean, it almost feels that way because everything is so cramped. I could see like as a space saver in a little tiny house, but even then, no, I wouldn't want, like, if that's in your apartment, would you want that to be your bathroom sink? Like, would you put your toothbrush up there? I mean, that just seems gross.
Well,
unsanitary.
And it's not like they didn't have sinks. There were sinks, like regular ones. Sink. So, some dude just say, hey, I'm going to pee in the sink. And you just got a little, you got your stream going up there.
So, there are lots of people in the comments. And again, you can go back to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, and Joe will show that picture again in a couple of minutes. But looking at some of the comments after those that have seen it on YouTube, Eric says they need those at Worst Fest. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Juan Garcia, brush your teeth while pissing.
No.
I mean, again,
that would be a no.
I just, the idea that there is a sink on top of the urinal just freaks me out a little bit.
Well,
to be honest,
dude, I witnessed it. I was there, and then you got some big dude on my left. Oh, man, I've never seen anything like that in my life. And I'm like, talk about, I mean, dude, I'm going, what in the hell is going on with this dude?
Did, when you got to use that, somebody walk in and use the other one? Did you return the favor by saying the same thing? Like, oh, man, I've never seen anything like this before.
Well, look.
And why didn't you use the sink just to say you did?
Because I'm not doing that.
Wash your wiener, something. I mean, you have to use the sink if it's available to you.
I think you need a step stool to get up there.
I mean, you would have come out drenched trying to clean that thing.
I would have, but, that would have been okay. And so we're sitting with this couple. Now, get this. We're sitting with this couple that Maggie and I met. Dude's name is Dang, D-A-N-G.
Dang.
And the wife's
Mike Breen. Dang.
Then the wife's name is Ryan. Nice people. Great people.
Hold on. Her name is Ryan.
Her name is Ryan.
His name is Dang.
His name is Dang. He works for NASCAR, by the way. It's why.
Well, of course he does. He's in North Carolina.
So I'm like, we were having fun with that one the whole time. Right? It's like, that's his parents. Dang, you're pregnant?
Happy Mother's Day.
Jeez. It was a lot of fun, man. There was a lot of nice people in Charlotte.
Yeah,
there really were.
Charlotte's a great city.
It's a great city.
Nice place to visit.
Hadn't been there since Tim Duncan.
Fun on the at the golf tournament.
Dude, the golf tournament was great. That golf course was beautiful.
Yeah, I saw you were stalking Jordan Spieth throughout the day.
I was, yeah. And he played like hell. So it probably didn't do him any good. I was trying to give him some advice, and he wouldn't listen.
Well, that explains the
dude, keep that elbow
order
in. All right.
A
little tighter.
This is why you got a sink on top of your urinal, man. Keep the elbows in.
Dude, that's the damnedest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Although, and again, people on the YouTube chat vomit and piss at the same time. I mean,
sure.
Look, it's multi-purpose. That would actually work well at a college bar. Maybe.
Sure, maybe.
But
yeah,
it's almost like when you go into some bars and they have the little like beer holder thing like attached to the urinal.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that. I like the separate shelf that's up a little bit.
Uh-huh. So you don't splatter in your beer?
No, you're not. I'm a grown-ass man. I know how to pee without splattering into my beer. I just don't know about the other people.
I don't know what that has to do with being a grown-ass man. Sometimes those little mat target things, they splatter.
Well,
they're not supposed to,
well,
but they do.
Again, if you aim properly. But
I need a floater.
But now, first off, I mean, depending on where you're at, don't take your beer into the bathroom. But if you have to, having the separate shelf is preferred.
Well, you could wash it off in this bathroom. If you think you splashed it, you could wash it off.
You're not splashing it. You're not splashing that high.
Dude.
I mean, if you're hitting the target, you're not splashing that high.
I don't know.
I mean,
some people have an extremely strong stream.
Not to get a splash like that,
unless
like
you're
aiming for the sink. I mean, which you would have to get over that wall to get it into the sink. Then you could have splatter everywhere.
Dude, that was the damnedest thing I've ever seen.
Your shirt should not get splattered at any point. Your shoes, your pants, that's another story. Your shirt should be safe from splatter.
What about your hands? I mean, as you're guiding, things,
again,
sometimes
you know how to aim. I mean, this isn't like the water hose where you're running the water hose and then you can put your thumb in there to make the stream a little bit more direct. You're
Well,
not doing that while you're peeing, I hope.
Well, so
Because
that's,
at that point
so,
you have no idea where it's going.
See,
you generally don't try to cover up that.
I'm not.
You're not deflecting.
I'm not covering that up. But what I don't do is pick out a target before I pee. Do you do that? I mean, you walk in there and say, "Hey, there's that mat right there. The target is dead center."
I don't put that much thought into it, but I don't have.
Apparently, you do because you don't splash yourself.
I don't have the problems that you apparently have, so I don't know what the hell is going on when you go take a piss. But
I'm glad that sink was there. Next
You're
time
if I'm
ever
there.
back in downtown Charlotte,
absolutely,
I'm going to go back to that bar and I'm using that sink.
If there is
on more than my hands.
If there is a toilet salesman listening, if you work at, I don't know, Lowe's, Home Depot.
I've never seen one of those.
Can you get one of those?
Well, they don't sell urinals there, do they?
There is a urinal salesman listening. I can promise you that.
I'm sure there is.
I've got a friend who's a home builder, and he put a urinal in his bathroom. David Robinson used to have a urinal in his bathroom. You can buy them.
Does it have a sink?
But not with the sink.
I've never seen anything like that.
Needs a urinal with the sink for the house.
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
As long as it doesn't have a bidet, he'll be fine.
And the dude next to me had never seen it either.
Did the sink have hot water?
I didn't use it.
Well, why not?
I didn't use it.
Why not?
I don't know. I should have. Give me a reason to go back to Charlotte one day.
Oh, yeah, that's the reason. The Weenie Washer 2.0. Here we go.
Yes. I mean, the people want to know.
Why are you going to Charlotte? Well, I'm going for this event. I'm going for
to wash the wiener.
Little history. No, there's a urinal. I got to see that thing again.
Dude, it's pretty cool.
It's still not the coolest urinal I've ever seen.
It's fascinating.
I was at a music festival one time in Las Vegas. Metallica was playing Linkin Park and all them. In the bathroom, they had screens on the urinal showing what was going on at the concert. So you didn't miss any of the show while you were in the bathroom.
Like where you pee?
No, on top of it. Where your sink was, it was basically a TV screen. Yeah, there was a TV screen there. I like that.
I do too.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's not as good as a sink.
Did you use the sink?
No.
I used the television. I think I still
You
win.
don't have a choice. You're standing there. What else are you going to do?
Well.
Until some guy says, well, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
I've never seen a TV screen in a urinal.
And I'm like, what in the hell is going on?
I need to hear from a urinal salesman.
Wow.
Yes. We need to find out what those things cost. Joe wants 2 of them.
I don't want any of them. But the girl, Ryan, I showed her the picture. She said, I got to see this for myself. She walked in there to see it.
Well, of course she did.
Yeah.
Women can go into the men's room with no problem.
She did it.
You go into the ladies' room, you're getting arrested.
Well, I don't know.
Let's talk NBA playoffs coming up here on the Blitz. Plus at 2:30, not just at 2:30. At 2:35, 3:35, 4:35, 5:35, we are going to get you qualified to win ACL 3-day wristbands for weekend 2.
Nice.
You get qualified every day.
Wow.
Every day we're going to get people qualified. Not only here on the Blitz, we've got our pair to give away. The Morning Huddle boys, they are doing the same thing, getting you qualified. Trivia. Could be ACL trivia. Could be sports trivia. Could be, if you've been listening to the show long enough, and if you were paying attention within the last hour, we might ask you a question about something that we talked about.
Like a urinal?
The number 1 tourist attraction for Joe Reinagle while in North Carolina.
Woo! That was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yep. Wristbands, if you don't win them, ACLfest.com, you can buy them. Weekend 2, 3-day. It's about $700.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. Stick around. Your first chance to get qualified coming up in about 15 minutes. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. You need your logo on a nice golf shirt, a fishing shirt, a dress shirt, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need T-shirts screen printed, go see Sam. If you need caps, man, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom. And he's got all the popular brands like Katie caps, Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Nike Cap America in stock. There's more hats on display in his showroom than most hat stores in town, than all hat stores in town. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. Sammy has all the big name brands, and he's the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too small, certainly no order too big. All items do come with a warranty. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or better yet, go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website samsembroidery.com for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
94.1 FM, San Antonio Sports Star.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. For JD Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
If you're looking for $500,000 to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance, we're Term Provider, experts in finding affordable term life insurance for those that may not be in perfect health. Prostate cancer, heart conditions, high cholesterol, or on prescription medications, you may still qualify for $500,000 to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance. Call Term Provider at 800-337-4168. 800-337-4168.
Don't let pain keep you from doing the things you love. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. Whether you've been living with chronic and nagging pain for years, or if you've recently experienced an injury, our goal is to get you out of pain as quickly as possible. Arasti is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, Arasti accepts most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Hey, it's Rob Thompson here for my favorite game app. It is Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Heck, I'm just one of 3 million active users. They're the easiest to play. They're the most exciting way to play your daily fantasy sports. And it's unlike other apps. On Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. You're a fantasy player. You know when it's more. You know when it's less. Up to 100 times your money according to how you play it. $1,000 on basketball, hockey, and college basketball entries. Today is the time to play. You can turn $10 into big money quick. The biggest moments in professional basketball are happening right now, and it's no fun unless you're playing. Go to Prize Picks right now and remember the code Alamo for your first deposit match of up to $100. That's the code Alamo. Prize Picks. Fantasy, you're playing already. Go win. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the code Alamo, and up to $100 deposit match is coming. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.
Feel that heat? That's how it should feel when you're outdoors watching your favorite team coming up to bat, not in your home. Call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631. That's 800-972-3631 and get a free quote for new energy-efficient windows.
Remarkable change begins with daring to be different. Baby, I'm on a mission with Boost Mobile, putting the latest phones in the hands of more people. Introducing the Signature Coach Prime Razor, only from Boost Mobile. Rush to your nearest Boost Mobile retailer and get your Signature Prime Razor on us. Get after it.
When you switch in with ID verification, select plans only. Offer valid 4/19/24 through 5/23/24. While supplies last. Taxes extra. New customers only. Must remain active and in good standing on the $60 a month plan for 6 months to receive all credits. Offer subject to change.
Get in zone. AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I gotta change the oil in my car.
Right now, get 5 quarts of Pennzoil Platinum Full Synthetic with an STP Extended Life Oil Filter for only $34.99.
Get in zone.
And what do I do with my old oil?
We can recycle your used oil for free.
Get in zone.
And I might need some help.
No problem. We have helpful how-tos at AutoZone.com.
Get in zone. AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Check out the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
If you're San Antonio, there are benefits that come along with it. I will cut you the front of the line. We're going to hype the return.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Glad to have you along on this Monday afternoon here on the Blitz. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're listening online at sasportstar.com, appreciate you doing that.
Yes, we
Streaming,
do.
brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. Alexa, if you're watching on YouTube, a lot of y'all commenting there. Joe Urinagel. Ryan Nagel, Urinagel. Yes, Joe's
people are clever, aren't they?
Urinal fetish.
Yes.
Yes.
Did
Good
you
stuff.
see that El Cortez is going to remodel? You seen that?
Yeah.
I hate that.
I don't know if it's truly a remodel or if they're just going to clean the carpets.
Well, $20 million. I would hope it's more than cleaning the carpet.
I mean, you've seen those carpets.
Yeah, they're bad.
I mean, we have some deck company that wants $70,000 to redo the deck here at the
No
radio
kidding.
station. So $20 million to redo the carpets. And again, if you're doing all the carpets throughout the whole place, I mean, I'd be afraid to walk into one of the rooms in the El Cortez with one of those lights.
Yeah,
that's a $20 million
yeah.
clean job.
They rent those rooms by the hour?
Actually, they don't.
No?
No, I don't know, but
they might.
I mean, the El Cortez is a high quality place. I mean,
I've
you might
won
only
money
need it
there
for
every
an
time.
hour, but for what it costs, it might be an hourly.
Do
rate.
they rent it for 2 minutes?
Wait.
I'll take the 2-minute rate, please.
How much time do you need to rest?
A minute and a half. I mean, I'm good to go. I can put my shoes back
You wouldn't
on.
even get to the room before it's over. Good Lord.
Woo!
Poor Maggie. Yeah. I mean, they've already upgraded the coolers there.
Yes, they have. They
because back in the day, it literally was the blue or red at Coleman cooler behind the dealers. Now they got the fancy that they got during COVID, probably with all that COVID money.
I like that place. I've won both times I've been in there.
Yep.
I mean, I didn't break them, but I left with more money than I walked in with.
That's the key.
Yeah.
And we'll be close to the El Cortez in August. Our next Blitz venture out to Circa Las Vegas coming soon.
Yes.
Yes, everything has been confirmed. We'll release
Nice.
details
Nice.
in the very near future.
Get ready.
Yeah, absolutely. You think about the NBA playoffs, especially, looked like the Knicks were going to roll, and then they went to Indiana and blown out. It looked like Denver was done, and they go to Minnesota, and they win both there. So you've got those two series that are tied at 2. Denver looking like a completely different team on the road.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
It's crazy. It really is.
In Minnesota, looking like a completely different team at home. Are they ready for the moment? Could they handle the pressure of being up 2-0? You get your defensive player of the year in the regular season, pretending to be Dak Prescott, not showing up in the postseason. The common theme on Twitter last night was, how is this guy becoming a defensive liability? And he was.
He was. Well, heart of a champion, man. You can't discount that. It's true. I think they got popped in the mouth. Denver did at home and made some adjustments, and they're playing well.
They are. And again, I like series, the ebbs and flows. Both of these series right now, to a degree, not a carbon copy reminder. Don't get me wrong, because it was one of the greatest playoff series I've ever seen the Spurs play. But both New York and Indiana and Denver, Minnesota has that feel of Spurs Pistons in 05. Where you have teams getting blown out and you think, oh, man, what are they going to do? And then they come back and they win in a blowout. And, they both look like they could be 7-game series. While the games aren't the prettiest and they are not all down to the wire, you get that slugfest kind of mentality.
I think the Knicks are done. I really do. I don't think Anunoby's coming back anytime soon, if at all. And Brunson is banged up. He's dinged up. And look, Indiana's not a bad squad.
No.
So I really believe that the Pacers are going to come out of that series with the win.
You go back, as much as I like the Knicks, I don't trust them. It's like Boston. And Boston has a feel like they should have the clear path to at least represent the East in the finals, if not win the whole thing, get another trophy. I don't trust Boston. I don't know if I trust Indiana because, I don't know. I certainly don't trust Cleveland. Boston leads that series 2-1. with Game 4 coming up tonight at Cleveland. Boston, an 8.5-point favorite in this one.
Yeah, and just the fact that Cleveland, though, came back in one game, too. I think that was incredible. Now they got to do the same thing in Game 4, send that thing to a 7-game series. Yeah, Boston is a tough team to read. I mean, they really are.
Because you don't trust them.
They're a tough team to read. So wouldn't surprise me at all if they win Game 4 and go back home and lose Game 5.
Well, and you look at the late game tonight, 8:30, Dallas and OKC. Mavericks now lead that series 2-1.
That was a hell of a game, though, the Game 3.
Yeah, well, all the games have been great. I just worry. I still like Oklahoma City in this series, even though they're down. Is Luka going to survive this series?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I mean, what part of that guy's body doesn't hurt, including his damn teeth at this point? If Luka, it can't be Luka, kind of like in Game 1. When he got shots, they just didn't drop.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's not scoring, do the Mavericks have enough around him?
No. He's got to lead that train. I mean, he has to. Kyrie Irving is, Kyrie Irving. He's playing well, and he'll do his thing, but it starts with Luka, and he's got to play well. If he doesn't play well, OKC's going to win that series. It wouldn't surprise me at all. This thing's tied up after tonight. So that's going to be a good long series as well.
It really does look like all the remaining series are going to go at least 6, if not 7. I mean, Boston might be the one that could end it early, but I don't trust Boston to do it because it's Boston.
It's Boston.
And it's kind of like the Knicks. Nothing, I don't know, more rich, if you will, than noted Knicks fan, Cowboy hater Stephen A. Smith. Dude. When was the last time the Knicks won the finals? Was it in 73?
I think it was the 70s. Yeah, at some point. It's been a long time.
The Spurs were born in 73.
Uh-huh.
I was born in 73. The Knicks haven't won in a long time, Stephen A. Shut the hell up, especially with your Cowboy hate. It's just comical when you look at the fan part of things.
They're not going to win this year either, so it's going to be at least another one.
Exactly. Coming up, you have a chance to win tickets. No, let me rephrase that. You have a chance to get qualified to win tickets, wristbands for ACL. We've got
3 days.
Trivia coming up. Those 3-day weekend 2 passes. You can get it qualified coming up. We're not going to tell you the trivia question ahead of time. So if you just want to jump in line, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. We'll also talk about the NBA draft lottery, which went about as well as it could.
Absolutely.
For the San Antonio Spurs. Coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Are you ready for your next tea time? If you're lacking energy, motivation, if you've gained a little weight, you just don't hit them like you used to, there could be another tea you need to think about. Low testosterone. Those could be causing those symptoms. At Synergenics, their medical providers specialize in personalized testosterone treatment, and they make it quick and easy to get your levels checked. First thing to do is go to the website, fixmylowt.com, to get the easy process started. Your testosterone levels start to decline in your 30s, so if you're feeling that lack of energy and drive, it could be caused by low T. Get your levels tested at Synergenics. With the convenience of their on-site lab, you get your results back at your first visit. Do it now. Feel the difference. Book that appointment online, fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Huddle, we find out how many NBA series are going to be 2-2.
And the history of the number 4 and the number 8 picks. One of them's great, the other, not so much. We're talking about it all. Get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Grand slam, bomb, went yard, long ball, dinger. Do you even know what I'm talking about, Nigel? Croquet. Nigel, I'm talking about baseball. Courtroom plumbing and air conditioning is a lot like a baseball team. Should we wear cups, Joe? When a person has plumbing problems or their air conditioner just isn't cooling right, they can rely on our team to make the big plays. We hit it out of the park every time. Call Quarter Moon Plumbing and Air Conditioning, day or night, 651-5899.
Joe, should I start singing now? Take me out.
License number M16004, TACLA 88589E. Progressive asks, what do a middle school slumber party,
Let's stay up all night. Yeah.
a sleep-deprived girl, an early morning paper route, and a poorly thrown rolled-up newspaper have in common?
Hey, my window.
They can become a fast-breaking news story.
Sorry, Mr. Thompson.
Bundle your home and auto with Progressive for great savings and round-the-clock protection.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com. Pork rinds pack a protein punch and are the boldest low-carb snacks out there. Skip the chip and try Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds for that ultimate crunch. And with flavors that will have you craving for more, the time to stock up on Southern Recipe at H-E-B is now. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Hi, it's Jason Minix. You're listening to the home of the Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagel210. Tweet at me, at Jason Minix. Make sure you follow the station at sasportstar.com.
I like that music.
Good stuff.
Yeah, who is that?
I don't know. Just music. Just music.
That's got to be somebody.
Well, I'm sure it's studio musicians, and, you know. So sometimes Pledge plays music that, you know, and then others, it's just out of a music library, and it's all about licensing fees.
Ah, okay. Well,
you know,
thanks, Dad.
Well, I mean, for those that don't know, like you know, you've heard of ASCAP and BMI.
Heard of what?
ASCAP.
Oh, okay. What's that, Jason?
You don't have an ASCAP?
I don't. Is that a thing now? I don't have one of those.
Not ass.
Oh,
ASCAP.
As cap.
Only one S, not two.
Okay. Man, it's just Monday.
Oh man. So ACL. Great music festival. Love ACL. Love going Last year was awesome. Foo Fighters and Shania Twain. A couple years before that, Red Hot Chili Peppers. A couple years before that, Metallica and Disturbed.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of Saturdays up there in Austin at ACL. This year, as I look at their lineup, Blink 182, one of my favorite bands. And again, their entire lineup looks fantastic. And we've got 3-day wristbands to ACL weekend 2, which is October 11th through the 13th. Now, we've got some wristbands that we're giving away on the Blitz. The Morning Huddle has a pair of wristbands, so it's not the same. AJ and Rob, they have their wristbands, and we have ours.
Yes.
We're each, though, getting people qualified all week long by asking trivia questions every hour during both shows. So basically, you've got 8 chances to win. Actually, as I look at this, they're only doing it 3 times. All right, so you've got 7 chances to win. If you get up and you listen in their 6 o'clock hour, there's no benefit to that for you because they don't care about you. Because it says here on this sheet that they're getting people qualified 7:30, 8:30, and 9:30 daily. On the Blitz, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, and 5:30.
Well, wait, they don't care about the people at 6:30?
Apparently not.
What's going on with that?
I don't. Well, I don't know. Apparently they can't come up with 4 trivia questions. Maybe that's a trivia question.
That could be.
Why not? If you are an early listener to that show, you should complain.
I totally agree.
Send a strongly worded email.
Or a strongly worded YouTube message.
You could do that too. Yes, 3-day ACL Music Festival wristbands is what we have to give. Register. We're not giving away right now. We're getting you registered.
Yes, you've got to win to get into the drawing.
Yeah, you get your name. You get your name in the bucket.
Yes, I mean that's a valuable thing. What'd you say? $700 for that thing?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yep. You get all 3 days.
Nice.
What are we doing here, Fletch?
We're listening to great music.
The hell?
Dua Lipa happens to be one of the artists playing that.
Well, I realize that, but this isn't a Dua Lipa question, right? Now,
what does Dua Lipa mean?
She's one of the headliners. See, we were going to ask all kinds of trivia questions, but Joe wouldn't know any of them.
I would not.
So,
what does Dua Lipa mean?
And then one of the questions I had, Pledge said they asked this morning because I was looking for some softballs, and they did that this morning. So this is a Reinagle question. 210-656-ESPN. 656-3776. We're going to take calls in the order in which they came in. We'll start with Tariq. You're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
How you doing?
Good.
We're doing great.
You're
dry?
You're trying to get qualified?
I am, yes.
All right. You're overly enthusiastic this afternoon, aren't you, Tariq?
Exciting.
Are you at work right now, hiding under the desk in your cubicle? What's going on here?
Yeah, I'm at work, actually. I drive for work, so I'm parked right now at a Target just so I can do this trivia real quick.
All right,
nice. You ready? Okay, here we go. Here's the question. Who was the last team the San Antonio Spurs beat in the playoffs and when?
The last team
the Spurs beat in the playoffs, and what year was it?
Time to go back to work, Tariq.
We appreciate you, Tariq. We're going to be doing this all week, buddy.
Yep. Hey, Tom, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right. You heard the question? Do you know the answer?
Did you hear the question?
I did.
And?
Was it in 19?
In 19.
It was not in 19.
It was not. No.
Sorry.
Hey, Raul, you're
Keep
on the
trying.
Blitz. Raul.
You there?
Oh, doing, guys.
Yep.
Good. Did you hear the question, or you need me to repeat it?
No, what's the question?
Who was the last team your San Antonio Spurs beat in the playoffs, and when?
Memphis Grizzlies.
Nope. Hey,
Sorry.
Steven, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
What's going on?
All right, you've heard the question, right?
Yeah.
Well, what's the answer?
Was that 2018?
I'm sorry, say again?
2018?
Nope. It's not right.
Robert, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
How's it going? Let's see. Oklahoma 2017?
Nope.
Nope.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, Corey, you're on the Blitz.
2016 or 2017, 2016-17 season.
Okay, well, who did they beat?
The Grizzlies?
No,
That would be incorrect. Close. They did beat the Grizzlies that year, but that wasn't the last team that they beat in the postseason. They beat the Grizzlies 4-2 in the first round of the playoffs. All right, let's see where we at. Hey, Curtis, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man? Curtis.
Hello?
Yep.
Hey. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. Was it 2018 Timberwolves?
No.
It was not.
It's not.
You know, well,
I didn't realize this question was going to be that difficult.
Well, and I figured a lot of people by now would have Googled. Richard, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
Was it 2016, 2017? And shoot, could it have been the Mavericks?
No.
Nope, not the Mavericks.
Not the Mavericks.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Let's see here. Who's been on the longest? Adrian, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Yo, Adrian.
Stop.
Yep.
Adrian, how many times does somebody do that to you? Yo, Adrian.
All my life.
All your life. I was going to say, you've never had that happen to you before.
No, of course
All right. Who was the last team the Spurs beat in the playoffs and when?
Houston Rockets 2017.
Man, you are a great Googler. Yo, Adrian.
Yes.
You
Yo,
are
I know my
qualified.
Spurs.
You are qualified for those 3-day ACL Music Festival wristbands. I'm going to put you on hold. Adrian Pledge is going to get some info from you. Adrian online too.
Yo, Adrian.
Yes, your next chance to get qualified in about an hour from now. And in an hour from now, we're also going to talk with Tom Orsborne from the San Antonio Express-News. Tom Orsborne, one of 12 media members that witnessed the lottery. So we'll get an inside the room review of what happened. I mean, could you imagine? To go in the room, you have to give up your cell phone, your computer, everything, right? So that's left outside. You watch the process. You're a witness to the process. And then you have to stay in the room until after the TV show that was on at 2:00 in the afternoon.
That was weird in itself.
And you still don't have your phone. So you're in there bored. You can't even play solitaire. But you witnessed history.
Yes, I suppose.
And with that, I thought that the draft lottery went about as well as it could for the Spurs because Toronto's pick was at number 8. So that means that is the Spurs pick. And then they jumped into the top 4. Sure, 3, 2, or 1 would have been nice, but the percentages, they're picking 4th and they're picking 8th. I thought yesterday went about as well as it could go for the San Antonio Spurs.
What it shows me or says to me, now the Spurs have a little extra money to spend.
Yes, they do.
They do. And there's a lot of mock drafts that are out already about this. And I've seen people on Twitter and other places say who they would like to have. Here's my theory on this whole thing. And most of these mock drafts, most of them, not all of them, have the Spurs taking a couple of 19-year-olds.
Well,
19-year-olds.
Yeah.
Who, like most 19-year-olds, will have to come in and get used to the NBA, just as the 19-year-old did that we drafted last year. Is that really how we're going to do this? I mean, honestly, now look, I say if you, depending on who the player is, of course, but the 4th pick, all right, keep that draft. But sure, you got that 8th pick out there dangling around and some other draft capital. Spurs have 4 draft picks in this upcoming draft, 2 in the first, 2 in the second.
When you look at what the Spurs could do, and they've got plenty of currency now, and you're going to hear a lot of trade rumors. We already are. But if they were to pick, who would be the ideas that they pick? And a lot of mock drafts out there. Now, one that I really like is Jonathan Wasserman from Bleacher Report, draft analyst. With that 4th pick, it's a guy that Jonathan has talked about before, Topic.
All right, let's go to number 4, San Antonio Spurs. Nikola Topic from Serbia. I mean, I just think he's Topic is such a perfect fit. Maybe I think he's the best actual fit for Wembanyama. San Antonio needs a point guard, obviously, but I think the thing that translates, sure thing, no brainer with Topic is deep playmaking. He's a guy who just thrives on getting to spots and setting the table at 6'6". I'm told he may even be bigger than that based on recent images. If he's even 6'7" ball handler with his passing IQ, his craftiness, his vision. I mean, there's a lot more questions about whether his scoring can translate, but I think you value right now for Wemby, you value a guy who could set the table, create easy shots, make the game a little bit easier for him so Wemby doesn't have such a heavy creation workload, which could lead to injury risk, and just be able to put Wemby in better spots, I think, so he's not kind of handling the ball 30 feet from the basket. I really like Tubbage as a top 5 pick, but I really love him for San Antonio. They're going to have also Rob Dillingham to look at in terms of creation, but he could be there at number 8. Let's keep moving on to see if he is.
All right, so you hear that. So Topic and Dillingham, I don't know that I'd be mad at that. But I'm like Kendrick Perkins. I want a veteran point guard for this Spurs team.
When I think about this young man, he wants to win right now. The rookie of the year, and arguably, in my opinion, in the next year or 2 years is going to be the best player on both ends of the floor. I think you have to look at the market and look at the likes of a Trae Young or DeJounte Murray to pair alongside of him because he wants to win. I would rather the Spurs go out there and get a guy that's proven than base drafting on potential. I don't know what that's going to do. And then last but not least, right now, Greg Popovich is drinking his Pediasure. Okay, right. He's 70. He's gonna be 76 years old next year. I mean, you don't think he want to have a good run in the postseason with Victor, where you need the pieces around him?
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more with that. And with the draft capital that they have, look, I don't know if Atlanta getting that number 1 pick though may have screwed up all those plans. They get the number 1 draft pick and might just want to build and add a piece there to partner with Murray and with Trae Young. So that might have screwed everything up when it comes to that.
Well, and again, I'm not opposed to drafting a Topic at 4 and still getting a veteran guard. In fact, I kind of want that. Now, veteran guard, Trae Young. And we've been hearing Trae Young to San Antonio since the All-Star game when he and Wemby were friendly and it looked like, I don't know, all the photos that they were taking.
Yep.
Tim McMahon from ESPN on the Hoop Collective podcast with Brian Windhorst says that he's hearing that a lot of interest from Wemby and Trae.
I will say that I have talked to people who know Wemby who have indicated that he is at least intrigued by that idea. Now, intrigued by that idea and pounding the table are two very different things. Yep. I have no idea whether Greg Popovich would be intrigued by the idea.
He's not classically a Popovich player, Trae Young.
And everybody I talk to says, hey, from a basketball perspective, I think it could really work because, as you mentioned, Wemby covers up a lot of sins defensively and a lot of flaws defensively. And say what you want about Trae Young, the man can run pick and roll and is one of the probably 2 best lob passers in the league. Yep. Him and the guy that he was traded for on draft night when he was picked, or the 2 best lob passers in the league, I would say. Culturally are the questions. And it's not like, hey, Trae, are you okay being the number 2 guy? No. Trae, do you embrace being the sidekick? It's not 1 and 2. It is, this is the face of the franchise, and you are here to enhance him and maximize his talents. And obviously there are a lot of doubts about that.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's going to be interesting to see. The good news is that the Spurs have a lot of flexibility right now. I mean, the way the lottery fell, the lottery drawing yesterday fell for them just added to what they can do now. I mean, think about what they've got 2 top 10 picks. And I know everybody claims that this draft sucks, right? That there's no talent in it. That's what everybody's been telling me. And we have to wait till 2025 because that's going to be the big one.
Yeah, not the talent that's going to be available next year. And they have Atlanta's picks next year that are unprotected. They have so much in the next year's draft. And that's what I don't like about everything that I've read about the Trae Young deal is basically everything that we got from Atlanta for DeJounte, you kind of give back and then some for Trae Young. I'm not doing that. I'm not. No. The asking price is too high. But as we think about not skipping steps, the most important person in the organization right now is Wemby. And what does Wemby want? And I liked how Tim said he's intrigued, but is he pounding the fist? Go get me Trae Young. And that none of us have an idea about. But Wemby, in his Rookie of the Year award ceremony at the Planetarium Saturday, talking about what it means to win Rookie of the Year, literally said, I want to win as soon as possible.
Everything, you know, of course I want to win as soon as possible, and I want the team results to be there, but I didn't expect to be champions in my first year. You know, this is one of the representations of our, you know, progression throughout the year and the efforts we all made on the court, and you know, receiving this trophy here with fans, with kids, and you know, everyone happy to be there. It's a good feel for me and a good representation of the, you know, the love that we felt throughout the whole year. And to me, this is the right way to receive it.
Did you hear what he said? And I think it's very important. He didn't expect to be champions in his first year. He didn't say second, third. He didn't say anything about that. He said first year.
I heard I want to win as soon as possible.
Yes.
Like another year of this crap, that would suck. That would suck.
It's going to be very interesting. We're going to hear a lot of stuff between now and draft day. You know, and mock drafts all over the place and this and that. And I mean, and it's fun to talk about. But the Spurs have some needs that they need to address. One of them is point guard. However they want to address that, whether it's drafting one or, you know, getting a veteran. The other is they need some wings. They need some shooters.
Yep.
I think you've got to have some people to score. I think Devin Vassell is in place. I do. I believe he's in place, and I believe that the part of that answer is right there. What do they do after that? You've got to, and like, I don't know, it was one of them, was it Perkins or somebody said, he doesn't have to be the best defensive guy in the world.
No.
Because Wemby's going to cover up a lot of mistakes.
Yeah. And that's in talking about Trae Young and his lack of defensive ability.
Yes.
I just don't know if he's a good fit. And I look at Atlanta. They're going to get rid of Trae Young. They might get rid of DeJounte. Sure, they won the lottery, so they got the number 1 overall pick. But if they get rid of Trae Young, whether it's to San Antonio or somebody else, and they're shopping DeJounte, whether it's San Antonio or somebody else, Atlanta's going to suck next year. Those picks next year are so much more valuable than they were a year ago because they're unprotected.
If they don't keep Young and DeJounte Murray, now that they have the number 1 pick, everybody assumes that they're going to trade those guys. Everybody assumes that. There's no guarantee that's going to happen anymore.
No, but they've already kind of said no matter what, those guys are on the block. I mean, they're looking to rebuild with the new guy, and they're going to shed a bunch of salary, so they're not paying big money when they're not a championship level team.
You can be on the block, but if you don't get the offer you want, it's like kind of like, well, we got this guy here, and if you give us what we overpay for him, well, then we'll trade him. If not, we'll keep him. I just think that changed things a little bit yesterday with Atlanta getting the number 1 pick. We'll see.
It is the Blitz coming up. We'll talk more about this, obviously. Even DeJounte tweeted NBA offseason about to be crazy.
I'd rather have him back. I'll be totally honest with you.
Known hell versus unknown hell?
I'd rather have, look, he does have a relationship with Greg Popovich.
He does.
They like each other.
So it depends on the day. It really does depend on the day. I mean, he said some things in podcasts that are, all right, I'm not sure if he was happy here or not. Maybe it was kind of like boot camp. He wasn't happy going through it, but after he left, well, that wasn't so bad after all. Because, you know, that I'm seeing what it's like in Atlanta. Take me back to San Antonio.
There you go.
It's the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. When you need an electrician, you know Hill Electric is available to you 24/7 for residential and commercial needs. I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my house through the years. They do fantastic work and have for over 3 decades. The family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. They have the right service at the right price. Never a service charge, always free estimates. So call Hill Electric, 210-404-9074, 404-9074, or hill-electric.com.
Riding 410 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM, Floresville. and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
You need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancer pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas, only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. From high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone, including blackjack tournaments. From the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, the Big Blind is locally owned and operated, offering daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 and Redland Road.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly. Be 21.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code MONTHFREE by May 31st. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, tonight we have more NBA playoff action, a couple of game fours. It all begins with the Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers from Cleveland. Tip-off there set for 6 o'clock. Boston, by the way, leads that series 2-1. That's going to be followed up by the OKC Thunder and the Dallas Mavericks from Dallas. Mavericks lead that series 2-1. Tip-off there will be set for 8:30.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Howdy.
Howdy, howdy.
It's like the rain stopped.
Did it stop?
Yeah, I walked by a window a minute ago and
bathroom break?
Looked like it stopped. Yeah, it's been an hour.
Good. What are you looking at me like that for, Pledge? I'm always a little worried when Pledge looks at the screen and then looks at me and then looks at the screen and then looks at me and I don't know. It's like when the pilot looks at the co-pilot and says, "What do I do?" I don't know, man. I don't push buttons. You're in control over there.
I'm glad somebody is.
Well, I don't know. Pledge is banging a screen. Then I realize my touch screen, which is a mirror of his screen, is out. So apparently that screen has died. So how are we going to play?
I don't know if it's died, but it's
it's
there's something wrong.
Well, it's taking a break. They thought it was a Rhino bathroom break time and went down the hall.
Yep, they had to go.
Looked out the window and said, "Oh, look, it's not raining."
Got to go. Exactly, and it's not. I'm happy about that. I don't know, what the forecast is. Some dude
Come on,
today,
Bill Taylor.
Some dude today. All right, I'm leaving. I had an appointment today, and I'm leaving, getting in my car. Some dude rolls his window down and says, "Hey, what do you think about the weather now?" And I go, "Man, it sucks." So there you go.
So the engineers in the middle of a show are restarting the main computer. Do they not realize we're in the middle of shows?
Wow.
Oh, not Shelton. Martin sent me this.
Well, same difference. Do they not realize we're in the middle of a show?
We're not the only one either.
I know every radio station. Well, the people that go home at 5.
Got to get it done before we go home.
So we don't. So what do? Do we just talk until it restarts, or
if we have audio that we have to play? Yeah.
All right.
Looks like I might have it back.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Our engineers are crack.
Yeah, on
crack staff.
Yeah. All right. Now the buttons work again. Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
The NBA world right now is in Chicago. Draft lottery was there yesterday. We'll talk more about it coming up with Tom Orsborne of the San Antonio Express News. He is also in Chicago. All the GM types are out there in Chicago. And I don't understand during the TV show yesterday why future draft picks were a part of that show.
I have no idea.
I mean, hey, guys, get a suit and meet us in Chicago. And we'll get some pizza and some hot dogs and go do a thing at 2:00 on Mother's Day.
It's nuts. Wasn't that like a primetime show last year?
Dude, it was on a Thursday
because
night.
It was Wemby, right?
It was Wemby.
So I guess if you don't have a generational talent, you can put it at 2:00 on a Sunday on Mother's Day.
Sure. Made sense to me.
No.
I look at this and this is a 2+2 kind of moment. The Bronny James has been medically cleared to play in the NBA. So that was a hurdle after he had that heart attack in college. Would he clear a physical for the NBA? Now, not really a surprise since he cleared his physicals and was able to play in college. And we've seen people come back from stuff like that. But now that he has been cleared to play in the NBA, his declaration for the NBA draft still on because he kind of kept his options open. That also says LeBron James is not going to retire this offseason.
No, he's not. He'll get another contract, most likely, with the LA Lakers. It's funny to me because I get it. He's LeBron's kid.
Sure.
Okay, I understand all of that stuff. But, why isn't, I don't know, Bill Smith? Where's his physical? We're not going to hear about that one? Or, I don't know, Grover Cleveland over there. Why?
Grover Cleveland.
I mean, seriously.
The president when you were born. He's not alive.
I just don't, who gives a damn?
Well, because 1, he's LeBron's kid.
That's it.
And 2,
that's the only
he
thing.
had a heart attack. We're not talking about an ACL or a broken toe. He had a heart attack.
I'm happy the guy is healthy.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You sound it.
I'm happy
Get off
he's
my
healthy.
lawn.
I'm happy he's healthy. I am happy the guy is healthy.
I mean,
but I don't give a damn.
Well,
I mean, honestly.
All right, you don't, but you understand why everybody else does.
Well, who does? You, Pledge? Y'all care about Bronny James?
If Bronny is in the draft, the idea of LeBron retiring this offseason, even though you have lots of people taking shots at LeBron right now, saying that he should retire. We've heard that from Chuck. We've heard that from Perkins. Yesterday in the game, Reggie Miller was clearly taking shots during the broadcast about finger pointing. A lot of arrows going towards LeBron's way. It feels like.
Well deserved, I might add.
Well, again, nobody's arguing that. I mean, president of the LeBron James Not Fan Club, Joe Reinagels. But the fact that Bronny clears his physical does seem to answer a question. If LeBron was thinking retirement this year, if Bronny's going to be in the NBA, he's probably not going to retire this year. That's why people give a damn.
Well, that's
whether you
great.
like it or not. That's what you asked. Why do people give a damn? That's why.
Well,
it has nothing to do with Bronny and everything to do with LeBron.
I just wonder. I mean, are you excited LeBron's going to be back?
I didn't say that.
I just asked the question.
No. But that's not. I mean, you asked why is it news? That's why.
All right. Well, I don't give a damn. If the Lakers want to waste a draft pick on Bronny James, then let them
Could
do
you
it.
imagine if the Spurs draft Bronny with one of their 4 picks this year, and then we bring in LeBron? I mean, you've been saying we need a veteran guy.
I kind of like a veteran guy with a little bit of a future.
Well,
LeBron doesn't have much of one.
He literally does have a little bit of a future left.
He could teach Wemby how to flop like the best of them. He could teach Wemby how to blame everybody else but himself.
In all seriousness.
That was serious.
No. In all seriousness, LeBron James is still one of the best players in the NBA. You look at what LeBron James is doing on a basketball floor right now.
Uh-huh.
He is the drop-off in his game hasn't been awful. And he's a hell of a passer. He could actually play another 5-6 years, dial back the scoring part.
5-6 years.
And just be a passer. With his basketball IQ, I mean, he is still probably one of the top 20 players in the NBA right now, if not top 15. I don't know if I'd go top 10, but he's still one of the best players in the league.
Terrific. His son is not.
His son is not, but that's not what we're talking about.
The Spurs aren't. They're not going to do that.
Watch Joe Reinagel's head explode.
He's going to end up with the Lakers. That's where they're going to re-sign him. Lakers have already said hey, whatever a team wants to do. I mean, it's a waste of a pick to get LeBron to stay. That's it. That's all it is.
I mean, Giannis's brother's in the NBA for one reason, right? Sometimes nepotism happens.
Well, it does.
And again, I look at LeBron, and he's still one of the best players in the NBA.
And he owns the NBA.
He owns the NBA. Yes.
You know that Jerry West logo? Have you seen those memes everywhere?
Oh, yeah, with LeBron and all the different logos that could be there.
Yeah.
I still think if they change the logo, it needs to be Manu's block on James
No
Harden.
question about it.
That was fantastic.
That was awesome.
The NFL schedule release is coming up Wednesday night.
Uh-huh.
But typical, we'll hear little nuggets along the way. And I'm sure all the teams, social media teams, are putting together those videos, which have become the thing. They apparently got word today what the schedule is, so they can put those videos together so they can be released on Wednesday. But we do know the Chiefs are going to open up the regular season. No surprise there. The defending champs always do. Disappointment for some, they're not going to open up against the Houston Texans, which a lot of people were speculating that could be. Nope.
94-1.
They're going to open up on 94-1 against the Baltimore Ravens.
And that's good. AFC Championship rematch.
Yep.
I think that's outstanding. Houston would have been fun, I suppose. But that'll be a fun game. I mean, geez, two good teams. I think Baltimore has improved themselves. I think Kansas City has as well. Obviously, you've got two exciting quarterbacks. It'll be a fun game to open up the season.
And we know there's going to be the game in Brazil.
Uh-huh. Is that Philly and
Yeah,
that Philly I know for sure. Yeah.
According to a caller, there is a rollover accident on 37 and 410 South, and the highway is closed because of a rollover accident.
So if you're headed that way, get another route.
Exactly. Coming up at 3:35, your chance to get qualified to win the 3-day ACL Music Festival tickets. We might do a YouTube-only contest because we're also going to visit with Tom Orsborne of the San Antonio Express News. So make sure you go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel and open that up because, there it's the first right answer.
Subscribe.
Yeah. Make
Hit
sure you
that
subscribe.
thumbs up button.
Hit the thumbs up button, all that good stuff. We're playing grab ass up there in Dallas. We'll explain coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, No urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to an OrthoNow injury clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
94.1.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Hi, this is Quentin.
And this is Brianna.
A little thing we love about Chick-fil-A chicken strips are how satisfying they are. The chicken strips are amazing. They're always filling, tender, and juicy. Definitely one of my favorite things on the menu.
My favorite thing is the last bite. The last bite is nice and juicy, and it's wrapped up in some crispy breading that keeps it nice and tasty. And being able to scoop up my Chick-fil-A sauce with it, it's just like the best part of the meal. It's an undefeated combo.
Order the chicken strips on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
George gets justice. In life's most challenging moments, getting the right help matters most if you've been injured. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. With a track record of success and a dedication to their clients, George gets justice. George Salinas Injury Lawyers is not just a law firm. They're your support system. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Hey, it's Rob Thompson here for my favorite game app. It is Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Heck, I'm just one of 3 million active users. They're the easiest to play. They're the most exciting way to play your daily fantasy sports. And it's unlike other apps. On Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. You're a fantasy player. You know when it's more. You know when it's less. Up to 100 times your money according to how you play it. $1,000 on basketball, hockey, and college basketball entries. Today is the time to play. You can turn $10 into big money quick. The biggest moments in professional basketball are happening right now, and it's no fun unless you're playing. Go to Prize Picks right now and remember the code Alamo for your first deposit match of up to $100. That's the code Alamo. Prize Picks. Fantasy, you're playing already. Go win. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the code Alamo, and up to $100 deposit match is coming. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.
The NFL is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you did any grilling over the weekend for Mother's Day, what are you doing over there with that microphone?
I'm having a little trouble with the old mic. No, it's
why
actually
is it so squeaky? It sounds like a bad mattress.
It's actually good because it was very loose. And now it's not. It's tight. And it
But
stays
noisy.
in place. Noisy.
Yeah.
All
right.
But it's good.
If you did any grilling over the weekend, you took photos of that great meat. Upload them to sasportstar.com, the Grilling with the Blitz page, because every Thursday we judge meat and give away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market.
We do all of those things. Like judging meat.
I know you were out of town this weekend. You didn't do any grilling.
I did not. I ate a lot of good food, though.
I did a rack of ribs Saturday to take to my mom's on Sunday. And then last night did some fillets. They were fantastic.
Maggie and I went to a place called the Mimosa Grill.
Mimosa Grill.
Yeah.
That's an original name.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. Obviously, had a lot of mimosas.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, that sounds like an appetizer kind of lunch.
No, it was good. It was a big buffet. That's all you could do. You couldn't order off the menu. It was like so much a person. And
so it was a brunch.
Yeah, but they had breakfast stuff. They had some lunch stuff. They had a bunch of seafood.
Yeah, that's brunch.
Crab legs.
That's brunch.
Dude, it was awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you eat any of the seafood?
I had some shrimp.
Okay.
Yeah. Little shrimp cocktail.
Did Maggie get her Mother's Day gifts?
She did.
You took them on the plane with you?
No, I forgot the card, actually.
You forgot the card?
I forgot the card.
You had one thing.
Dude, I forgot the card. You got to keep in mind, the alarm went off Saturday morning at 3:30 a.m. Dude, that's early. That ought to be illegal. You get up that early.
Somewhere Rob Thompson and A.J. Hoffman are shooting the bird at you right now.
Exactly.
They were making fun of you for skipping out on Rob's party on Friday night.
Well,
you talk a big game, but no, you got a 6 a.m. flight.
First of all, I don't remember talking a big game.
I'll be there.
Well, I said, send me the address. I had every intention of doing it.
Yeah, you bailed before we even left.
I did. I told you, I said, man, I don't think I'm going to make it, Minix.
Mm-hmm.
So at least I told you.
Yeah. Where's Joe? He's not coming. He said he was coming. Yeah, made extra food because Joe said he was coming.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Brought
out
food.
The good bourbon because Joe said he was coming.
Yeah. See, now I would have been in trouble. Not only would I had to have awaken at 3:30 in the morning, I'd have been hungover to boot.
I told you you could ride with us.
Sure. And then I just been there and gotten no sleep on top of that.
Yeah, you would have had like a 2-hour nap.
Exactly. I didn't get that much sleep as it was, but.
Mm-hmm. Do you have that problem? Like, your alarm's going off stupid early, so you have trouble sleeping, so you don't miss it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Saturday night, Saturday morning. Cowboys
are rookies are in. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Mike McCarthy talked. I don't know what to make of this. Why are you excited that Zeke is back?
Well, number one, it's probably as natural of a transition that you'll ever see. He walked in and, he has that unbelievable smile and it's just like he never left. So huge personality in the locker room. So I know that was like I said, it felt like he never left. But he definitely puts you on guard, because he's old school. He's an old school guy, and he'll go up and smack a 60-year-old man in the ass, and it hurts. So I mean, so it's those kinds of things that you just enjoy him. Enjoy, not that I enjoy getting smacked in the ass, but just enjoy his personality and having him back in the building and things like that. But no, he's
the hell.
But some things have changed too for him. The protection system's different. So he has some new learning, and he's been here. But it's been great to have Zeke back.
Good to have old Zeke back, slapping everybody on the ass.
HR line 2.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
That's what football players do. I mean, I used to do that, right? Go up and slap somebody on the butt.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did you ever slap your coach on the ass?
Not the coach. No.
Exactly.
Not the coach. No. That is kind of weird. But maybe that's a thing that McCarthy and Zeke have. Little relationship we're not privy to.
Oh, stop.
Well,
stop.
Just saying.
Stop.
Yeah, see Dak slapping McCarthy on the ass.
I mean, we don't know that. I mean,
well, we know.
I mean, it does set up for all the grab ass jokes. I mean, Jim Rome had a lot of fun with that today. But what, Pledge? Pledge is dying over there.
Jacob Eric on our YouTube page. Make sure you have on your ass cap.
Well,
that's what they're for.
You've got to have your ass cap.
Yeah.
Apparently.
What do those look like?
Ass caps?
Yeah. They're like a turtle shell.
I mean, turtle shells are kind of sensitive.
Are they?
They really are.
I thought they were designed to.
No, they're sensitive.
Keep the turtle head in. I'm just.
I don't. Sometimes, Joe, I wonder about you, man. But it's a good, fun environment.
Of course.
And the idea that Zeke is going to be what he was, we all know that he's not. At least the Cowboys know. Don't expect the old Zeke Elliott.
I don't think that's fair. I mean, what do you mean? I mean, the guy carried the ball more than anybody in the history of football in the first couple of years. That's not going to be his role. We're running back by committee. But I think he'll definitely play at the level that he's played. I know my time here. I anticipate that. I don't see, any drop off in the way he moves. He's in good shape. The weight room and, Harold and, and frankly, he works out with Dak. So, I mean, you're in tune with, who he works out with and the type of shape, that he was, projected to be in, and that's held true. He's come in here and is, like I said, it's like he picked up right where he left off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, which leads me to believe.
Here we go.
I mean, that's coach speak at his finest. I mean, it really is. That's coach speak at his finest. So, if you don't expect Zeke to be the man, is the man not on the team yet?
No, I honestly don't think that the Cowboys' leading rusher this year is on the roster as we sit here on the 13th of May. The idea of we're going to be running back by committee gives me a flashback to when we're going to be wide receiver by committee. And at least then they quickly realized this ain't going to work. And they made the trade for Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, maybe Rico can be that guy. I mean, they've kept Rico around for a lot of years for a reason. There's something there that they really like. But kind of like Tony Pollard a year ago, until he can be the bell cow type running back, we have no idea. And Pollard was fine, but lacked the explosive plays that we were used to seeing from him. And, and he got paid by Tennessee. Let's go running back by committee. That just scares me as a fan of any team. When I see that we're doing something by committee, it's the old quarterback rule. If you've got two, you don't have one. With running backs, even if you're by committee, you still have to have the guy that you can rely on. Who's getting all the first team reps? You can't become predictable that, well, if Zeke is in the game, they're going to pass because he's clearly there just to be a blocker. You still have to have a threat of running the football if you're on the field.
What you do, and the problem with Zeke is going to be when it's 3rd down and 2. Everybody know exactly who's going to get the football.
Yeah.
Zeke Elliott. So it's going to be one of those things, and it's going to be interesting to see what McCarthy does off of that to kind of put some doubt in people's minds. But I have to believe that they're going to go out and get a running back somewhere, unless they think Royce Freeman's the guy.
Stop.
Well, I'm just saying.
Rico would be the guy.
Why
or
do you
Deuce
bring
would
him
be
in?
the guy because they have to have somebody.
Deuce is not going to be the guy.
They have to have somebody that can
buy into us,
run the ball during practice.
I don't want to have a
that's why.
funeral on the field.
There's been 5'0" running backs in the NFL before.
Yeah, very few of them.
All right. He survived the Big 12.
Oh boy, that's the same as the NFL.
I didn't say that.
So close.
I didn't say that, but it's not like he came out of a small nothing conference.
No, but we saw that just last year.
Yeah.
He didn't get any time at running back.
Yeah.
On the preseason he did. And that's why he didn't get any in the regular season. The gadget guy. He's going to return kickoffs.
Well, I mean, with the
we'll
new
let
rules,
Turpin play
that could
wide
be,
receiver.
Yeah, well, Turpin could be a jet sweep guy that Jason Garrett used to always run with, like Dwayne Harris. And
Dwayne Harris.
And who was the other guy? Yeah, those types. And every time they were in the, you knew what play was coming. Every time they were on the field, get rid of the predictability. That's what they need to do.
Yeah.
Coming up, your chance to get qualified for the ACL 3-day wristbands for the ACL Music Festival. If you are on YouTube, on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, that is where you are going to have a chance to win. Coming up, we'll ask the question, and the first correct answer on the YouTube will get qualified. So in the YouTube chat. So head over to the YouTube channel now, because we're not going to take calls here. We're not going to take tweets. It's YouTube only coming up. Plus, we'll visit with Tom Orsborne from the San Antonio Express News. He's in Chicago as we speak, and he was in the room yesterday as a witness to the lottery drawing before we saw it on television. Tom Orsborne next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I hope you got a chance to go out to the Big Blind this weekend for their grand opening celebration. It was a huge success. There is no question about that, and a lot of fun to boot, no doubt. And look, they're not going to stop the momentum. Get this, the Big Blind now opens up at 9 a.m. Free tacos and coffee. That's a hell of a deal. You got to like that. And not to mention the fact that tonight is a great example. 6:15 p.m. tonight, 6K tournament, $60 buy-in. Tomorrow, from 7 p.m. to midnight, they've got a $1,500 escalator. And they've got special games and things going on each and every night of the week. The Big Blind, the premier poker room in San Antonio. There is not a better one anywhere in this town for sure. I've been to most of them, and they don't even compare to the Big Blind. Not to mention the fact that the Big Blind is locally owned. Yeah, it's from the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant. They offer food and beverage served directly to your table. They've got a full bar and, of course, all the games on all the TVs. Look, if you've been to the Roo Pub, the Big Blind is very similar. There is not a bad seat in the house. You can see the action from just about anywhere you are sitting at the Big Blind. Get on in there. It is a lot of fun, and the specials go. And again, they're open up at 9 o'clock in the morning, 9 a.m., free coffee and tacos. You can't beat that. And you know where the Big Blind is. It's right down from the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, right there at 281 and Redland Road.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Huddle, we find out how many NBA series are going to be 2-2.
And the history of the number 4 and the number 8 picks. One of them's great, the other, not so much. We're talking about it all. Get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is the absolute worst time of year to be dealing with joint pain. You can't do the outdoor stuff that you love to do, like golfing, hiking, biking, jogging, playing on the beach. Hey, it's James Pledger with San Antonio Sports Star. Listen, don't go through the summer missing out on life. Call QC Kinetics now and find out how they can use biologics from your own body to give new life to your achy joints, like your knees, hips, back, shoulders. QC's regenerative medicine protocols can restore and repair that damaged tissue with no surgery, no steroids, no drugs, and best of all, no downtime. This is the future of medicine. Tens of thousands of QC Kinetics patients around the country are living their best life this year because they made the call. QC medical professionals are under the direction of Dr. Mitchell Shinecup, who is an orthopedic surgeon who became the future pioneer in regenerative medicine. He knew there had to be a better way. So call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park, Westover Hills, and New Braunfels.
Pack the Dome this Sunday as Puro San Antonio football returns to the Alamo Dome. The playoff push is on for the San Antonio Brahmas as they return home Sunday against the Arlington Renegades. Fun for the entire family. Experience the excitement. Buy your tickets now at theufl.com. Come watch Coach Wade Phillips lead the Brahmas against the Arlington Renegades this Sunday afternoon at 3 in the Alamo Dome. Get your tickets now at theufl.com. That's theufl.com. Vamos, Brahmas!
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Around here at Wrangler, we are all excited for spring. The longer days, the warmer nights. When you've got your pick of shorts and jeans, either works just fine. Blue skies, open roads. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Don't miss your chance to spring into deals at Lowe's. Right now, get 2 1.5-gallon annual hanging baskets for $16. Plus, save $50 on the Cobalt 24-volt string trimmer and leaf blower combo kit, now $149. Shop in-store and online today, because Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/15. Hanging basket offer in-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. While supplies last.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 20 or more select self-leveling underlayment. Plus, save an extra 5% every day on eligible purchases when you use your Lowe's Business Credit Card. Visit us for the materials you need. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. 5% offer subject to credit approval. Exclusions and terms apply. See store lowes.com/credit for details.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
This is AJ Hoffman for the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6 for the perfect ride to work on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. All week long, we're getting you registered to win tickets for 3-day wristbands to ACL Music Festival Weekend 2, which is October 11th through the 13th. All you have to do is be listening at 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, and 5:30 to get qualified during the Blitz. On the Morning Huddle, they've got their own pair of tickets, so we're giving away 2 sets of wristbands, the Morning Huddles and the Blitzes.
Nice.
The Morning Huddle, listen at 7:30, 8:30, and 9:30, and we'll ask a variety of trivia questions, and we'll give them away a variety of ways. Right now, we want you on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. While you're there, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. And the first person to correctly answer the question is going to get qualified for the trivia question that we're going to ask right now.
Awesome. I like including the Facebook or the YouTube folks. Facebook,
The phone lines are all lit up. We're not taking calls on this one. You've got to answer the question on YouTube. First person to correctly answer the question. Blink 182 is one of the headliners at ACL this year, which is going to be fantastic. One of my favorite bands. What does Wemby and Blink 182 have in common? First person with the correct comment on the YouTube channel will get qualified for those ACL 3-day wristbands. So go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel right now. What does Wemby and Blink 182 have in common?
Very clever.
Yeah. All right. Tom Orsborne from the San Antonio Express News is in Chicago as we speak, but joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Tom was in the room yesterday for the drawing. Tom, I can imagine hearing that you had to give up your phone and then you're sequestered away until after the TV show. Take us inside the room. What was the process like?
Yeah, sure. Good afternoon, Jason and Joe. Good to be with you. Yeah, I did it last year too with a much more consequential draft. And to contrast the two, last year it was just, the anticipation, the tension, the anxiety in the room was very palpable. Everyone was kind of on edge, a real sense of excitement. That didn't exist this year. It was much more relaxed and low key and chill. And the process is you're led in there. There's about 12 reporters that do this annually. And you do it by request, basically. You request to be in the room, drawing room, and then they pick the 12. So you go in there with about, the broadcast is on it too, and the actual drawing takes place about 1:15. So you get into the room at 12:45, and as you said, you give up your electronic devices, and for me that was my phone. Some people, if you're wearing or anything that you could communicate with, you got to give it up, and they put it in a sealed envelope, and you get it when you're escorted out of the room at 2:30, which is after the broadcast.
Wow, Tom. Well, Tom, what do you do all that time? I mean, are you good enough friends with the other folks in there that you could have a nice conversation for an hour?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's people you see, Joe, a lot during the year. Doug Smith, who I've known for a long time. He's a columnist with the Toronto Star. He was in there. Sean Hyken, a very fine writer from Portland, was in there. So yeah, people I've known, and then you make new friends too, which I did. But you get the briefing, the media briefing, and then things tense up. Everyone takes their place, and the NBA takes over, and they give their briefing about how the lottery works. What you're going to be seeing. Ernst & Young is there to take the shield up, to take the winning placards and put them in the envelope, which will be distributed to Mark Tatum from the NBA at the stage, broadcast stage, to be announced. So it's very formal. And last year, like I said, it was just much more tense. And as those ping pong balls are read off last year, I still can't get over it. That when it came up, it's still hard to believe. But this year, interestingly, being a little more seasoned with the whole process, they give you the sheets that have the actual combinations for every team. They give those to you when you get in the room. So I kind of knew how it worked and what to look for this year. So I hear the first three numbers, and I'm looking through the Spurs combinations, and sure enough, those three numbers have been called. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, not again. This is really going to happen again. And the Spurs needed a 3 on the final digit, and it came up 13. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. And I found out today, guys, that actually 5 other teams were missing that one final digit. If it had come up for one of those teams, they would have been in there instead of Atlanta. And one of those teams was Toronto. Which Spurs, they could have had that pick, and it would not have conveyed to the Spurs since it landed in the top 6. So, yeah, I mean, it couldn't have gone better for the Spurs, though, to get 4 and 8.
100%.
Brandon Liebson from the vice president of basketball strategy and legal affairs was their representative in the room. He was a newbie. Last year it was Brian Wright. The change in personnel in that room by the Spurs kind of reflected their lowered expectations. And of course, Peter J. Holt was not on the stage. It was Brian Wright. So they kind of shook things up. But Brandon in the room did a heck of a job. He had his lucky belt on, the same belt that he wore in 2018 when he interviewed with the team and landed an internship with them. And lo and behold, 6 years later, he was in the very prestigious spot in the drawing room.
Tom Orsborne of the San Antonio Express News joining us here on the Blitz. He's in Chicago, was in the room yesterday. Tom, real quick, some breaking news. Jared Goff has signed a 4-year extension, $212 million with $170 million guaranteed as leaves continue to fall for Jerry Jones. Obviously, contracts in the NBA aren't quite like they work in the NFL, but with the Spurs now picking 4 and 8, and I know next year they've got those picks from Atlanta. As you just said, and I tweeted basically the same thing yesterday, getting the Toronto pick this year, that it fell outside of the top 6, is the best case scenario for the San Antonio Spurs outside of getting the number 1 pick. So many options. And I know I'm asking about the Spurs and them kind of tipping their hand a little bit, but if Brian Wright's there, and he doesn't do radio interviews, neither does RC. These guys won't come on this show, but do you have any indication today, Tom, in Chicago from the Spurs brass, what they might do with those 2 picks? Leaning towards trading one or both of them, or drafting 2 dudes or 4 dudes this year if you count their 2 second-round picks?
Yeah. Well, Brian told me yesterday, and it wasn't. I don't think it's just a platitude or He wasn't being tried. All options are on the table. And why wouldn't they be? I mean, you can use those 2 picks in so many different ways. You can use one of those picks in so many different ways. You can trade up if you so desire. I don't think that's going to be the case since there's no bona fide number 1 pick. You can parlay them into a trade for a veteran, and they certainly could use a veteran contributor this season and going forward. Nothing against Doug McDermott or Devontae Graham, who were their veterans the last 2 years, but they weren't major contributors. The Spurs need someone that contributes and that has, again, nothing against those two guys, really great guys, but they need more of a voice from that spec, so to speak, a veteran. They need someone that has a voice of authority and isn't afraid to use it in the locker room. So you can use those picks for that. You can take those 2 picks, exercise them, and draft 2 young players to continue building up the young core. Although I personally don't think they're going to go that route. You've got youth, and I think they're going to use one of those picks. They're gonna try to get something out of it, whether it be, another pick next year, which is when that draft is loaded, when it's a very good draft. This is said to be a weak draft, so maybe they do that. They use it to get more picks next year, or maybe they use it to get a veteran. But I don't know. I just don't see them picking 2 young guys again. They've got a lot of youth, and certainly one of those picks can bring them a player that they think can contribute. They need shooting. They need someone that can space the floor. Dillingham from Kentucky fits that mold. Shepard, the other Kentucky guard, Reed Shepard. They're both really good outside shooters. Maybe they go that route. Maybe they look for another 3-and-D wing to space the floor. Point guard is another position of need. Brian said that he's looking for, they haven't thrown out their philosophy of taking the best player available. And when you're talking to Spurs under Brian Wright, that means someone that can play multiple positions, that's versatile, that can guard, 1 through 4, maybe 1 through 5. They look for those versatile players that fit the modern kind of type of guy you want in the NBA. They can switch around, move around. You can do different things with them. So it's very intriguing. There's a, as I said, my lead today was on Mother's Day. The Spurs got a mother load of options with those 2 picks. There's a lot they can do with that. It puts a lot of pressure on Brian Wright. It puts a lot of pressure on that front office not to screw this up. They've gained great assets, great draft capital. They've done a fine job of accumulating that. No one can criticize them for that. But now's the time to produce and show what you can do with all those assets.
Tom, that's interesting, and that is the good news. They've got some flexibility. Whatever they decide to do, their options are bright, for lack of a better word. But you're around Victor Wembanyama quite a bit, and you've talked to him, and I know he says all the right things. But do you get the sense that, and I know toward the end of the year he was vocal about not wanting to be the worst record in franchise history as far as wins go, that he's ready to go, that he's ready to take that next step?
Oh, you mean as a guy that wants to have a voice with personnel?
Well, not only that, but I mean
to win.
To win, yeah, to not take another year or 2 down the road, but to get this thing rolling now.
Yeah, just to preface it, there's no sign that he's I'm fed up with the Spurs already. Gosh darn it, we're not, or whatever. Gosh darn it translates to French. We're these guys don't want to win. I want out. There's none of that. But does he want to win as soon as possible? Heck yeah. But who on that roster doesn't want to win as soon as possible? But you've got to temper that and understand, that the prudent thing to do is what they're doing is not to skip any steps, not to not to go out and try to build a roster right now that puts you in position to win get in the playoffs next year, and make a good run. You want something that can last over the length of time where you're contending every season, and that just isn't done overnight. But yeah, I mean, he's said all the right things, as you said, Joe, but every now and then he slips in some things where you just know that the guy wants to win, and we see how he reacts after games to wins. I mean, he really, it's really something to see. We haven't really seen that very often. San Antonio, a guy that's so emotional after a win. So yeah, he wants to win, no question about it. But it is going to take time, and it's not just win like, okay, we're above 500. It's win as in we're contending for the championship every season.
Yeah, that's exactly the goal for us. I mean, the fact that it's been 5 years since the Spurs have been in the postseason. Hopefully it doesn't turn into 6 and they get picks 4, they get picks 8, everything going on in Chicago. And I know you mentioned a couple of players that a lot of mock drafts have pinpointed towards San Antonio. Is that toe pitch guy in Chicago? I mean, it feels like all I see from him is like this Bruder film. Is he in Chicago?
Yeah. No, there's about 6 players that are playing overseas that aren't available. He's on that list. Of course, Wemby wasn't here last year, but there's a lot of good guys to talk to. And like I said, those Kentucky kids. Shepard had a heck of a combine shooting performance today, 3-point shooting performance, which certainly will help his stock. But that's what the Spurs are looking for: someone that can shoot, spread the floor, create shots. Whether it be pull up or whatever. But they just need shooting. They need guys that can score and open things up for Wemby down low and take the pressure off.
And Tom, not to interrupt you, but Pledge just showed me video from Twitter 12 minutes ago. Maybe Topic should be in Chicago because he's injured, hurt his knee today, and is being helped off the court in a game. And this is on a video from Twitter 12 minutes ago. So, and that's my only concern. I don't know much about the guy.
Good. Yeah,
I mean, he's talented. He's 6'6", 6'7". He's all that, but he gets hurt a lot and got hurt in his game today.
Can you imagine how agonizing it was for the Spurs after they won the lottery last year and Wemby's still playing?
Yes. How agonizing it was for us.
Yeah, not only playing, but playing for a championship.
Yeah.
That must have been agonizing. Yeah, for fans, but especially for that front office.
Well, yeah, I guess probably they're a little bit more invested than
we are
as
this one
fans,
doesn't look good, Tom. He's being helped off the court. It does not look good at all.
And again, that video's up there. So, Topic hurt today. Aggravated knee injury, apparently. I don't know.
That's too bad.
Tom, enjoy Chicago, my friend. Eat well, as I know you always do.
Thank you. I was thinking of the other day, one of the last Cowboy games I covered up here. In 2010, I think it was the second, might have been later than that, but it was the second coldest game in NFL history. And it's amazing that the Cowboys have played in the 2 coldest games in NFL history.
That's right.
The Ice Bowl, and then that it was a Sunday or a Monday night game here in Chicago.
I think it was Monday night. It was -9. Yeah. I remember talking to Christy Scales about it, who was wearing like battery operated clothes to stay heated.
And they got handled pretty easily in that game, if I remember correctly.
Well, it was cold. That's why they're putting a roof on the building up there. Tom, enjoy the rest of the Windy City.
Okay,
appreciate
guys.
the knowledge and the insight.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Take care.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Tom Orsborne of the Express News on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. Of course, follow Tom on Twitter and read his great work there at the San Antonio Express News.
One of the best guys in this business, I'll tell you, Tom. He's a great guy.
He really is. And man, just seeing that video, and I bring it up, and then Pledge shows me,
that's not good.
And that's he's injury prone already.
Well, yeah, and he's had a history of injuries, so that's going to hurt him for sure, obviously. But man, I just hate to see a guy like that being carried off the court.
Now, the question though, you got 4 and you got 8.
and a lot of mocks have him at 4.
Yeah.
And if you were just going to go with like the consensus of the mock draft, you go Dillingham at 4, and if Topich is still there at 8, and you didn't trade one of those, is he worth it at 8, even though he's injury prone versus 4? Does it?
No.
Do you just pass on him because he got hurt in a game?
Well, he gets hurt in games a lot.
Well,
and that's the problem.
I mean, but our medical staff, everybody likes him except Kawhi. So, maybe they can get him in shape.
Yeah, I'd rather not have another number 2. Let's get a guy that's going to actually play. I don't know. And I don't know how hard or how badly he's hurt, but
that didn't look good.
It did not.
Although he's a European soccer guy. I mean, they might go in the back, spray something on there, and send him back out.
Could be.
Are European basketball guys like European soccer guys when it comes to injuries?
Could be.
I don't know. I didn't like that video.
Yeah, that was not good.
I did not like that video. Not at all. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747. Or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
This is The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code MONTHFREE by May 31st. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. For JD Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Are your windows struggling to keep up with the game? It's time to upgrade with Maverick Windows. Stay ahead of the competition with energy-efficient windows. Call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631. That's 800-972-3631 to get a free quote.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Don't sweat a swing and miss thanks to insurance tokens from BetMGM. Add an MLB wager to your bet slip and activate your bet insurance token. If your bet with the token applied doesn't hit, you'll get your stake back in bonus bets up to a specified maximum amount. That's another chance to step up to the plate and bet on the action there on the diamond. To claim your bet insurance token and get your stake back in bonus bets if your MLB wager using the token doesn't win. Only at BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks and official sports betting partner of MLB. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older. This U.S. promotional offer is not available in D.C., Mississippi, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, call 1-800-327 877-5050. For Iowa, call 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, call 1-800-981-0023. For West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, Mr. Jones, the leaves continue to fall in the NFL. Detroit Lions quarterback Jared Goff has agreed to a 4-year contract extension with the Lions. 4 years, $212 million, 170 of that is guaranteed. Makes him the second highest paid quarterback in the NFL, behind Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow. NBA draft lottery was a success for the San Antonio Spurs. 2 picks in the top 8, number 4 and number 8.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on a Monday afternoon.
Absolutely. Hope the weather's getting better out there.
Yeah.
I haven't looked. It was a nasty day, though.
It was nasty. There was a wreck earlier. Somebody called in.
Yeah.
Was it 410 South and 37? Rollover wreck. Highway was shut down. That sucks.
Well, that does suck, especially if hopefully whoever rolled over is okay, first of all. Secondly, it sucks if you're stuck there.
Yes.
But we'll entertain you as long as you have to be there.
Well, that's what we try to do. In fact, every hour today and all week long at 4:30 is the next chance for you to get qualified to win 3-day wristbands to the ACL Music Festival weekend at 2. And the 3:30 contest we did on the YouTube page.
Yep.
The San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. And the winner, and the question was, what does Wemby and Blink-182 have in common? And it's aliens. I thought it was pretty
clever. Yeah. Not bad.
And obvious. I was surprised at all the wrong answers. You can read them in the comments and see how many non-Blink-182 fans are out there, because I'm going to guess most people listening understand Wemby and the alien logo. But the winner was I See Dead People.
Yes.
And I always thought that's kind of an interesting handle.
Uh-huh.
Apparently he runs a funeral home.
Well, then maybe he does see dead people.
He literally sees dead people.
He does see dead people. Wow, but hopefully they're not coming to life like the Sixth Sense.
Stop.
Aliens. I admire
dead people.
I admire people that can do that.
You admire them?
Well, sure, because I couldn't do that. Could you do that?
Hell no.
No.
But I don't know that I would say admire.
I admire them.
God bless them. Somebody has to do that.
Absolutely.
Job.
That's what I say. I admire them. I mean, it's just like being a doctor. I couldn't do that either.
No, well, there's a lot of things you can't
do.
There's
a lot of things that I can do, but it just don't involve blood or sticking things in people and putting a bunch of fluid in them.
Although, and I think about, like, we hear from people all the time. I have you on at work, and, everybody in my cubicle section listen, or, I know we're on in shops, or, and not just on AirPods or headphones if you're at work.
We're on at the prison in Kennedy.
We're on at the prison down there in Kennedy. What's up, Dylan? I did get your letter, by the way.
I didn't get a letter.
Well, there's a lot of bad things written about you in that letter.
Yeah, I know.
There's a reason he didn't
I
waste
know.
postage on you. Big fan. But I look at just being on in a morgue.
Yeah.
Is
Well, I mean, it's not like those people don't like us. They can't hear.
Well,
So
I mean, so do they count as listeners?
Well,
like if he's got a stacked freezer, I don't know, a dozen people.
stacked freezer. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk. I see dead people.
I don't know that I want to.
No, I do because
what do you want to know?
What
do you really want to know?
There was a friend of my brother's that his father was a funeral director. And he was the nicest, most calm guy you've ever want to talk to. And so I guess you have to have that kind of, because you're sympathetic to people and you're always around people that are very sad.
Sure.
So,
I mean, you deal with people literally some of their worst days.
Yes.
I mean, now granted, my wife is a career ER nurse. A lot of those people come in, they're having a bad day too.
Sure.
Right. So there's a lot of jobs, firefighters, you see those guys and you're at work, and then you probably had a pretty bad day.
Yeah, true.
The funeral director types, and I've known a couple.
They're nice people.
They are.
And again, somebody's got to do that. God bless them.
It's a good business.
Absolutely, it's recession proof. No doubt.
Oh, maybe.
Well, of course it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Well, the services are still going to happen, but how nice is the casket? Do you get the $5,000
how
one,
good your
or
insurance is,
or the $1,200 pine box?
It depends on how good your insurance is and how your family's fighting over everything.
Well, there's that, but yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. I see dead people.
Yeah, he says you've never partied until you partied with a mortician. I believe that. I just wonder if you're creeping around that thing after dark.
You shouldn't be creeping around that thing after dark.
I'm just saying. I bet you he does
in a place of business. No, he probably keeps all the lights on.
Well,
in fact, if I worked at a place like that, the lights would be on a timer. Like they'll go out 30 minutes after I know I've left the building.
Well, sure, but it's still dark outside.
I don't want to walk around inside that building with the lights out.
No.
Get your little flashlight going.
I wouldn't want to do
hear
that either.
noises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's creepy. It'd like be walking through a cemetery at night. Wouldn't want to do that either.
Well, walking through a cemetery at night, especially if you're not sober, could be a lot of fun.
So you've done that?
I have.
Really?
Yes. You don't go on cemetery tours in New Orleans when the sun is up.
Well, I don't go on cemetery tours in New Orleans or anything else for that matter. Jeez, New Orleans.
I knew that'd get you. Instead, you go to Charlotte, North Carolina, so you can wash your hands in a urinal.
Absolutely. They're the craziest thing that I've seen in my entire life. Well, all right, it's up there. It's on the list. Top 10.
Uh-huh.
A urinal with a sink on it. And it's the damnedest thing I've ever seen.
All right. If you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah, let me
go to the YouTube channel right now, because Joe's going to show you a photo of what he is talking about, because what he described and then what I saw in the picture, it didn't quite add up. And now that I've seen it, it's even a worse idea than I originally thought it was going to be.
Well, I'm not sure. Somebody thought it was a good idea.
Well, somebody did. And the urinal salesman probably laughed his ass off when he sold one to a bar.
Yeah, so
because it wasn't like every urinal in this bar you were in had these. Only one.
There were only 2 urinals in this bathroom and a toilet. Very, similar to the Rue Pub, right? Kind of the same setup there.
Okay.
So I walk in and there was another guy standing there. So I took the available urinal and I'm doing my business. And all I hear is, I have never seen anything like that ever. And I'm thinking, holy cow, what's about to happen right
Did you
here?
look over? So was there a divider between the 2
there
urinals?
There is a divider.
Okay.
I did not look over. I was not going to look over.
Look.
I'm just saying, hurry up.
Yeah,
Let's go. Get it out. Come on.
Somebody says,
I don't want to
I've
dribble.
never seen anything like this. And you don't just automatically look over?
I'm not looking over.
I mean,
Seymour Wiener.
Yeah,
I'm not
looking
looking
we know
over.
you.
I'm not.
We
dude,
know you.
I'm not. So this guy comes out, gets done, and washes his hands at the real sink and leaves.
Okay.
And so by that time I'm done. So I had to look around and see what the hell. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see this. And it's a urinal with a sink on top of it. So you can not only go potty, but you can wash your hands afterwards.
Just your hands?
Or whatever. It
Okay.
could be a wiener washer.
A wiener washer.
Could be that, I suppose.
I would imagine you would be unsuccessful at the at washing anything other than your hands.
Well, I'm not I think I could reach. Now, you might have a hard time with that.
I don't know. I mean, you would have to straddle the rest of the urinal to make that work.
No, you can go around the side.
Go around the side.
Just go around the side.
Again, I mean, you'd have to take your pants completely off at the urinal, which is frowned upon. I mean, there's nothing worse than when you walk in and you see some dude's
maybe you would
pants all
have
the
to
way.
take your whole pants. I mean, some of us wouldn't have to do that. It's be like, bam.
Joe, you're not fooling anybody.
We got a good 12 inches here that we can play with.
And that still wouldn't reach that sink. I'm just saying. So, did you wash your hands in the urinal?
No, I did not. I couldn't. But now I just want to go back for that. Look, I've never.
You want to go back to North Carolina to see a urinal?
I have never seen anything like that ever. I have, and I don't know. Has anybody else ever seen that, or whether you're driving around or watching on YouTube? I've never seen a urinal like that.
I mean, you were at a golf course. They've got ball washers.
Well, I wasn't at a golf course.
Well, so this was
was yesterday.
Okay.
As we're walking around
because you were in North Carolina at the Wells Fargo.
Yeah, that was
tournament.
on Saturday. We went to the tournament on Saturday.
Okay.
Yesterday we had a later flight, so Maggie and I had a nice brunch for Mother's Day, and then we're walking around, and we're at this bar that had a food court behind it.
Yeah.
So you had to go through the food court to get to the restroom. And that's where I saw. And in fact, we're talking to a couple. The guy's name was Dang. D-A-N-G.
Uh-huh.
And his girlfriend's name was Ryan.
Her name was Ryan.
Okay.
Ryan and Dang.
I took a
Dang
picture.
and Ryan.
I took a picture of this said urinal.
Well, of course
showed
you
it
did.
to both of them.
Nothing like whipping out your phone in the men's
And
room.
then don't tell me you wouldn't have done that. I guarantee you would have done the same thing. So she didn't know. She had to go check it out for herself. Went into the men's room and checked it out.
See, there's the idea that ladies can go into a men's room and nobody says anything.
Well, it's probably encouraged even.
Well, it depends.
Yeah, well,
if you were to go check out some cool feature in the ladies' room, you'd get arrested.
I've walked into a ladies' restroom before.
By accident.
Inadvertently.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's usually while I'm not seeing very well. But
well, I'm surprised you were seeing well there too. I mean, that is the stress. So the idea, if you didn't go to YouTube and you still got time, we'll show it again. The sink, it's a sink. Looks like it's a motion. I don't see a handle to turn the water on, so it must be one of those motion sensors.
It's got a little motion
right?
sensor.
But there's like a little wall at the end of the sink with a slit underneath. So there's no drain in the sink. The water from the sink will drain into the toilet and use that drain where they've got a purple target area.
Yes.
I can't imagine why somebody thought this was going to be a good idea. At least there's a soap dispenser there. But if you had a small apartment,
what do you expect? There's no soap dispenser. There has to be a soap dispenser.
I'm just saying.
And nobody gonna have this in their apartment,
dude. If you were there's a toilet manufacturing company out there that has made this, and I would think small apartments they could save space, so that would work. That looks like something you might see in prison, although a much nicer version, right? But could you imagine? Why would you wash your hands while peeing?
Well, you don't do it while peeing.
Well,
the idea is to finish and then wash your hands. Why are you going to wash your hands while you're peeing?
Well, I'm not going to I'm not going to stand over the urinal and wash my hands.
Exactly.
It just seems dumb.
So I don't know.
Nor would I stand over the urinal and brush my teeth. Although,
that's a great idea, Jim.
If that was in your apartment, that would be the idea. You could brush your teeth and take your morning pee all at the same time.
So I'm assuming that if you walked into an apartment, you're looking around at a place to rent, and you saw that, yeah, you're going to rent the apartment? No, you're not.
Well, I mean, if space is limited, I mean, yeah, you're looking at a 380 square foot apartment in New York City. That saves you a lot of room. I mean, you have that or a shower. Which option do you want?
Well, I'd rather have a shower.
Yes. And a sink on your toilet.
Well, because you can pee in the shower. Wash your hands at the same time.
Well, that's true. It's a urinal, so there's no option to go number 2 with that thing.
Well, no,
So
there's not.
that wouldn't work in your.
It wouldn't work, and it's probably not going to work there. I don't know what genius thought that was a good idea, but
well, I mean, somebody did. They bought one.
have we? I've been to a lot of bars in my life, been to a lot of restrooms, and have never seen anything like that. Has anybody out there listening seen a urinal that looks like that? I'm curious.
The only one I've ever seen literally had a TV screen on top of it at a concert, so you didn't miss anything.
Right.
My guy Jordan over at Kia Boss is like, I never thought I'd hear you talk about a wiener washer on air.
Somebody's got to.
Well, I mean, and again, kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, it does. That was my first thought. Well, everybody washes their hands afterwards.
Dude, if you
nobody washes their
wiener. If you would have
wiener.
tried to wash that part in that urinal, you would come out soaking wet.
Not necessarily.
You would come out soaking wet.
There's got to be
you would be drenched.
A rhyme to the reason. Yeah, but at least your wiener would be clean. I mean,
you have no idea.
It depends on with that attraction. You never know what lady's going to walk in there. Got to be ready. Well, Ryan walked in there. You'd be fresh.
Jeez. You're killing me. Matt says those are all over the place overseas.
Really?
See, now it's been a while since I've been in Germany. But in Germany, what I remember most is the trough, or you just peed on the wall and they had water streaming down, draining down the wall. Like you just walk in and, every bar I ever went to in Germany was more of that.
Well, we had that in Alice at the VFW or any place else you go to. And I think they have them at most big Worst Fest doesn't have
Worst
those?
Fest. But the troughs are one thing, but the pee walls where you just pee on the wall, like they got the walls tiled,
okay,
waters running down, and kind of a trough at the bottom to collect everything.
Nice.
And drain.
I
don't know. So Joe goes to North Carolina, and all he wants to do is talk about a damn urinal.
Well, I mean, we can talk about a lot of things. Had a great time at the golf tournament. Beautiful place. In every way. And it was fun.
More leaves falling for Jerry Jones. Jared Goff gets paid big time money. We'll talk about it coming up. As we talk about urinals, if you're having plumbing issues at your house, whether it's your sink, your toilet, whatever the case is, Quarterman Plumbing, Heating, and AC will get you taken care of. Call them 210-651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission. Sales reps, they'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quartermoon, they are green certified. Call them 210-651-5899. 651-5899 or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
94.1 FM.
Play ball! Missions Baseball returns Tuesday night at Wolf Stadium. Join us for AARP $2 Tuesday presented by 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Gates open at 5, first pitch at 6:05. Go to samissions.com for tickets.
Dave Ramsey here from my friends over at Connecticut in San Antonio. Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy. So there's no computer to break, fewer moving parts, and it works only when you need it. It was even voted most efficient water softener in the world by the Water Quality Association. The team at Connecticut San Antonio can test your water, install a system, and provide treatment all without stepping a foot inside your home.
I'm Chris Canepa of Connecticut and San Antonio in the Hill Country. I'll let you try a Connecticut quality water softener for 90 days absolutely free. Call us at 656-PURE, that's 656-7873, or visit us on ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help.
From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MBA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
The Jim Rome Show.
Hey, Jim Rome here, and back in the military city of San Antonio.
Weekdays at noon on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
You know, for $641.54, you too could have a urinal with a sink.
Yeah, but that one looks a lot different. It's a lot, I think, a lot safer. No splatter.
This one is obviously for home use. The photos of it have toothbrushes up there, but it seems a little splatter proof.
Let me brush my teeth while I'm.
Martin Sauer tweeted us. Apparently, he's Googled it. Although that looks far different than the one that Reinagel has. Now, Carl from Bjorn said he would design one that had a saddle like for a poop chute. There are all kinds of things you could do.
Wow.
And he said last time he was in Germany, there was a headrest on the wall above the urinal.
A headrest?
Well, a lot of people will stand there with a hand up there.
Yeah,
maybe some people, you've been drinking all that German beer. You just kind of lean forward and rest your head while you relieve yourself.
Jeez.
Good Lord.
Now, do you do that?
Lean my head forward?
No, put your hand up in there.
Sometimes.
Well, I do. And it's kind of because you can kind of, after a while, it's like.
Well, you're just trying to maintain your balance.
It's dirt. No, I can stand.
Are you sure?
Your hands, because No, I'm just fine. I can stand. I have no balance issues.
I've seen you a little wobbly at times.
Well, I mean, after
that's generally when you're putting your hand up there.
After 10 drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just on a normal day.
Yeah, 10 drinks, man. That's okay. A Tuesday.
Could be. I got to rest today, though. Jeez.
Really?
Yeah. It was a fun weekend.
Well, absolutely, man. Hospitality tent.
Man.
Yeah, everything's free.
Everything's free.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you took full advantage.
And they were very generous.
Well, of course.
Food was good. Wells Fargo, that's their last time. So, they're not sponsoring it next year.
Oh, wow.
So they're done. It's going to be Truist Mortgage Company.
Okay.
I think that's how you say that.
Sure.
Yeah, apparently we got the whole story that, now I don't know if this is the same for everybody, but it's in the neighborhood of $30 million to be a title sponsor.
Yeah.
So I guess Truist came in and outbid Wells Fargo, who had right of first refusal, and they said no.
Huh.
So I got to go to the last Wells Fargo championship.
Did you buy all the gear? Was it on sale?
Shirt.
Was it all on sale?
No, it wasn't on sale. No.
Well, if Wells
very
Fargo
expensive.
isn't going to sponsor that, does everybody at Wells Fargo, like your wife, did they all get a raise now?
Well, I hope so.
All right.
Hope she will. Not yet, because they had to pay the $30 million this year.
Next year.
Perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun, though.
Damn ATM
It was
fees.
a lot of fun. ATM fees.
Seeing a photo from my SA, 18-wheeler crash on 1604, shutting down both lanes. Man, there must be wrecks all over this city right now. Of course, it rained. It rained a lot.
Yeah.
So keep it locked here on 94.1.
Be careful, y'all.
Yeah, and be careful
out there.
We'll get somebody else qualified coming up in about 10 minutes for ACL Music Festival weekend at 2 passes, 2 wristbands, about $700 worth. So stay tuned. More trivia coming up in about 10 minutes. The joke has been, since Jerry said it, talking about CeeDee Lamb's contract, he wanted more leaves to fall. And as soon as he said that, a couple of wide receivers raised the floor for CeeDee Lamb. Quarterbacks are starting to fall as well. Jared Goff got a new deal today. 4-year extension, $212 million, $170 guaranteed. Averages out to about $53 a year. And while he is not the highest paid quarterback, that is still Joe Burrow. Jared Goff jumps up to number 2.
He does.
It really is he's next, although while he didn't pass Joe Burrow, this also isn't his first contract. But universally, you're talking about a guy now that is not considered a top 10 quarterback in the National Football League. I think
I don't know why not.
Well, because you've got 10. And so when most people,
Jared Goff's done more than Justin Herbert.
Well,
how about Lamar Jackson?
Well,
Kyler Murray.
I just pulled up. This is from 3 days ago on CBS, and I think the morning show guys, AJ and Rob on the Morning Huddle, talked about this last week, and they mentioned it when they were on with us. This 2024 NFL quarterback power rankings from CBS, just from 3 days ago. Mahomes is 1, Brock Purdy is 2, Josh Allen 3, Joe Burrow 4, CJ Stroud 5, Lamar 6, Jalen Hurts 7, Dak Prescott 8, Justin Herbert 9, Jordan Love 10, Aaron Rodgers 11, Tua is at 12, Jared Goff at 13, Kirk Cousins at 14, Trevor Lawrence at 15, Matt Stafford is at 16, so, and Deshaun Watson at 17. So, I mean, I don't know that I would have Justin Herbert at 9, but when you create a top 10 list, there's, you get around 7, 8, 9, 10, which is where I always have Dak. And Dak on this list is in there at number 8. But when you go, all right, Jared Goff is top 10. They've got him at 13. How far up are you moving him?
Well, I mean, I'd have to see that list, and I'm not looking at it. But I look, he's been to a Super Bowl.
With the team that got rid of him.
And he's completely changed the Detroit Lions. I mean, I would say that qualifies him to be a top 10 quarterback. I mean, it just makes no sense because a lot of those guys, and Justin Herbert, he shouldn't be a top 10 quarterback. What's the criteria? And that's what I'd like to know. And look, you could sit here and talk about, I can talk about Josh Allen. How in the world is Josh Allen ahead of Joe Burrow? I mean, the CBS list is flawed in my opinion. CJ Stroud, he's got 1 year. I mean, under his belt. How the hell is he number 5?
It's everybody
and ahead of Lamar Jackson.
Everybody has a set of criteria, and a lot of it I think is based on potential. And man, if things break right, are these quarterbacks capable? And I mean, Jared Goff had a great year. If you're going to say CJ Stroud had one great year, wouldn't you say that about Jared Goff? Yes, he took a team to a Super Bowl that got rid of him for a guy that is behind him on the list. Yeah, well, sure.
I mean, he took him there.
But Jared Goff is coming off of one great year in Detroit.
Well, he played pretty well in LA that year that he went to the Super Bowl.
Sure.
So I'm just saying, I don't know what the criteria is. Because I would have to ask whoever wrote this article, where's your criteria? I mean, does winning not matter anymore? I mean, to me, winning just doesn't matter anymore. It's like it doesn't matter. Whoever the sexiest quarterback is, well, that's who we're going with.
Well, but again, though, I mean, it just does go with who's next when it comes time for contracts. And $53 million, we've been talking about Dak for 60. And yes, based on regular season, I know he doesn't have any playoff success, but Dak was second in MVP voting last year. His numbers were incredible. Does he still give you a great chance to win? And you know, Detroit obviously loves what they're seeing out of Jared Goff. That's why they are paying him what they are paying him. You know, come up with the top 10 quarterback list. I think all the guys that are in the top 10, and maybe you can go to 13 if you want to nitpick this guy versus that guy. Like I would not have Aaron Rodgers at number 11 on this list, especially if you're based off of last year, because he had 4 whole plays. But historically speaking, he's a top 10 quarterback all time, Aaron Rodgers, although he only has 1 Super Bowl appearance.
Sure.
You might even say top 5 quarterback of all time. At least that's what CBS writes.
So that's of all time. So we're not just talking about now.
This list is a right now list, but an all-time list. But they got Aaron Rodgers at 11. I don't know that I would have Aaron Rodgers at number 11 on this list based off of last year.
I'm looking at a list here of the pay for quarterbacks. Burrow and Goff, 1 and 2. They got Justin Herbert at number 3.
Yes.
Lamar Jackson at number 4. Hurts in at number 5. Kyler Murray, for goodness sake, $46.1 million.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson, we all know about his deal, but he hasn't earned that. Patrick Mahomes is making $45 million a year.
I know. Kyler Murray, by the way, on the CBS list at number 21. Pay does not have anything to do
I get that.
with its future. Do you feel like you've got your guy? When is it time for you to get paid? And boom. And for Jerry Jones, did another leaf just fall?
Of course
when
it
it comes to the Dak Prescott deal. I mean, 4 years, $212 million, 53 per year, 170 guaranteed. Is that what Dak is looking at on a 4-year basis? So is it,
I don't think we're looking at $60 million anymore. I mean, honestly, if Joe Burrow's making 55, Dak, 56?
Well,
I mean, seriously.
Most of the time, the quarterback increments are about 2.5%, 3% more than what the previous guy got.
Okay.
And if you're Dak Prescott, are you more worried about your annual? Are you more worried about your guaranteed money? How does it all break out? That becomes the $1 million question that, we don't know, because apparently they're still not even talking.
Will it happen?
Well, it will happen.
You sure?
It's just, I still think August.
Well,
we'll
see.
What I really want to know, and I haven't been able to find it yet, how much of that money for Jared Goff was due at signing? Because, like when we asked Wade Phillips a week ago or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, and the answer is, well, we got to pay him now. How much is due at signing? And I think that's one of the reasons Jerry likes to wait, because that money's working for him in his bank account. He doesn't want to write that due at signing bonus when it's there. So to me, that's an important number to know when talking about the Dak Prescott. If Jerry truly is, I wait till the very last minute because I don't want to write that due it signing check until I have to.
Well, which makes no sense. I mean, these other owners like their money too and have it in their bank accounts and all of that stuff, but they're managing to sign players, and it's only going to go up from there. So, he's fortunate that Goff didn't come in ahead of Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
If you're Jerry Jones, you're fortunate, because it would only go up.
Although
that makes no sense. And I get,
and you wonder if the parameters for the Dak deal are already kind of done, since Steven and Jerry and Dak, for that matter, talk as if, they all know what they need to do so they can future plan. So they got a budget in mind of what it's actually going to be.
But there is no future plan. I mean, you have CD Lamb sitting out there that it hasn't been signed, and those leaves are falling.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what the Cowboys have done this year makes no sense. None whatsoever.
It doesn't to me. It doesn't to you. It doesn't to most people listening. For some reason, it does to those inside the Star. I don't get it, because even Will McClay told us about that whole credit card analogy thing, which still makes no sense to me.
It is the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. The draft lottery over the weekend went about as well as it could for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, what are they going to do with picks 4 and 8? We'll talk about it next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah, I love opening up social media and seeing all the happy patients of Parkhurst New Vision. You see it more and more and more. They do a great job of posting that stuff too, with just great reviews and all of that stuff. It's really become kind of a community, and I'm proud to be a member of the Parkhurst New Vision community of happy patients. Had lens replacement surgery about a year ago, and my eyesight is fantastic. I love it. No more glasses, no more readers, none of that stuff. And look, you can join that community as well. By the way, UTSA head football coach Jeff Traylor is also a happy member of the Parkhurst New Vision community. Look, you got to take that first step, and you got to give them a call, 210-585-2020. You can also check them out online at sanantoniolasig.com. When you give them a call, you set up that initial consultation, and well, I tell you what, it's so much fun to do that, because as soon as you walk through the door, you feel like family. You ask all your questions, they're going to explain to you what the procedure is and where they're going to move forward, and it all gets started from there. And before you know it, you see better than you have in 30 years. Let them do for you what they've done for me and so many others. Call Parkhurst New Vision. Do it today, 210-585-2020.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Huddle, we find out how many NBA series are going to be 2-2.
And the history of the number 4 and the number 8 picks. One of them's great, the other, not so much. We're talking about it all. Get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Taco Bell just added the cheesy double beef burrito to their new Cravings Value menu, where all 10 choices are $3 or less, which means you can get the beefy cheesy burrito you want for the price you want. It's almost like you can have your cake and eat it too. But in this case, it's a burrito. So basically, you can have your cheesy double beef burrito and eat it too, which is nothing like cake, but you get the idea. The cheesy double beef burrito is here. Get your worth at Taco Bell today. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations while supplies last. Contact stores for price and participation which vary. Double the seasoned beef as compared to the Burrito Supreme. Tax extra.
We're recording this Progressive commercial on a real boat to let people know that when you bundle your home, boat, and other vehicles...
What was that, Flo?
Progressive saves you money, Jamie!
Why are we doing this on a boat?
We were going for authenticity!
We're going to the city?
Authenticity!
You mean Atlantic City? But we're not in the Atlantic! Are we?
Bundle your home and other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Have you gotten your hands on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B yet? Southern Recipe small batch offers big, bold flavors like hot honey, spicy dill, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Bonus, you're going to love the low-carb, high-protein crunch. Turn snack time from ordinary to extraordinary with flavorful pork rinds. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B today.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
If you're looking for $500,000 to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance, we're Term Provider, experts in finding affordable term life insurance for those that may not be in perfect health. Prostate cancer, heart conditions, high cholesterol, or on prescription medications, you may still qualify for a $500,000 million to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance. Call Term Provider at 800-337-4168. 800-337-4168.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines.
Only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly. B21.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one? We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines.
Only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly. B21.
Howdy, San Antonio. This is Andrew Monaco, and you're locked on the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Friday, the Blitz is going to be live out at Retama Park as we get ready for the second leg of the Triple Crown. Preakness happening on Saturday, but join us Friday for the Preakness pre-party out at Retama Park from 2 to 6.
The Preakness.
Preakness.
See if I can get a horse this time that maybe finishes somewhere other than dead last.
Well, I would say you can't do any worse than you did at the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, it's all up from here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Trivia time for your chance to win. Check that. Trivia time for your chance to qualify to win 3-day wristbands to the ACL Music Festival. These are for weekend 2, which is October 11th through the 13th. Wristbands for all 3 days. We're getting people qualified every day this week, every hour of the Blitz at 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, and 5:30. So get on the phones now if you want to try your hand at trivia. 210-656-3776. 3776. That's 656 ESPN.
That's pretty cool giveaway, I have to admit. 3 days at ACL. Not only here on the Blitz, but on the Morning Huddle as well. So
they're doing it 3 times a day, 7:30, 8:30, and 9:30.
Do we know why they're not doing it at 6:30?
I don't know.
That's a question that should be asked.
That should be. I don't know. And maybe they are, but here on the little sheet that I get, it just says 7:30, 8:30, and 9:30.
Well, maybe the coffee hasn't kicked in at 6:30.
Exactly. Exactly. If you don't win the wristbands, you can always buy them aclfest.com. I love ACL. Always a fun event. As we get all the callers lined up, there is a little bit of breaking news with the NFL schedule release, which you know is going to happen. The NFL schedule, the full schedule gets released on Wednesday night. But little nuggets start dropping. Like we know the opener is going to be Kansas City against Baltimore. I know a lot of Houston Texans fans thought it was going to be Houston. It is not. We know the Cowboys are going to open up with Tom Brady in the booth.
How about that?
I know you've been waiting to call your first game.
Yeah.
And I got a little something for you, man. I got some big news. It's huge news because I have a little something that you don't even know. The NFL schedule isn't out yet, but I know a little something about your first game.
Are you going to tell me?
Maybe I will. You want to know?
I want to know.
You want to know?
Damn right I want to know.
All right, drum roll, please. For the first time in 5 years, the NFL on Fox opens with the Dallas Cowboys.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be your first game. And also another thing, week 1 is back to being an exclusive doubleheader window for Fox. So how do you like that news? You get the Cowboys first week.
Amazing. Obviously, having the Cowboys on is a huge draw. As America's team, that's going to get a little hard for me to say that all the time. I understand they were the competition for a long time. But in this new role, I know the Cowboys, how important they are to this network. They got great storylines. Come on, Dak Prescott. Let's see if he can finally come through. One of the great defensive players.
Nice.
Did that just slip out?
The Dak
Micah
Prescott
Parsons,
roast.
what a great player he is, and Coach McCarthy. So I love covering them. I've been obviously going against them for a long time, and now I get to tell everyone how great they are.
Oh, I already like what you're doing, man. I already like it.
So he didn't mention they're going to open in Cleveland.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not a selling point, is it?
I guess not.
It's all about the Cowboys. And while they aren't surprisingly opening on NBC Sunday Night Football, it is Sunday, the exclusive doubleheader window. So the entire country is going to be watching Tom Brady.
Well, and that will, of course, they will be. And that obviously the late window, you would imagine, for that game, the 3:00 window.
Yeah, that's what it will be. So, and that also tells me the Houston Texans are either going to be on at noon, or there's still a chance they could end up on Sunday night or Monday night.
Yeah.
But we do know the first game will be Kansas City against the Baltimore Ravens, a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game.
Going to be interesting. And, of course, the entire schedule released on Wednesday night. And they're making a big deal out of that, as they should.
As they always do.
They do.
All right, let's get some people qualified to win the ACL Music Festival wristbands, 3-day wristbands. What you're doing now is just getting qualified. You're not winning them. You're getting qualified. You get your name in the bucket for the Blitz wristbands that we will give away. And we're doing trivia. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Robert, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Oh, I thought we were I'm doing for the trivia. Get in line for it.
Yeah, you're in line. Now you're up. Are you ready for the trivia question?
Let's roll, yeah.
See, it always sucks to be the first guy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it kind of does.
Because you have no idea what we're about to ask you, do you?
No, not a clue.
All right, this is a two-part question.
Got it.
We don't make it easy, do we?
No, hell no.
In the last 10 years, how many winning seasons have the Houston Texans had? And with that, what's the highest number of wins they have had in one of those winning seasons?
Wow.
I'm going to say 6 and 11.
6 and 11. Are you a Houston Texans fan, Robert?
No, actually, I really don't like them.
Well, I mean, two good guesses. Yes, they have had 6 winning seasons, and the most wins during that stretch was in 2018 when they went 11-5.
Wow. Now, see, I think Robert was just playing us. He was playing us.
Well, I knew they were good. You know, when they had what's his face the other coach that made the trade for
Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they were all winning seasons, and I don't think the schedule was yet at 17. So that's why I was going to say 12. It's now I better go 11. That'd be safer.
All right. What is the and just for fun, since you're such a Houston Texans fan, what is the highest number of wins they have ever had in a regular season?
That might be it. That might be my guess.
That would not be it.
Okay.
That would not. 12.
Wow.
They had 12 wins back in 2012.
Okay.
Those were the good old days.
Yeah, Gary Kubiak was the head coach then.
Yeah.
Was
that Matt Schaub?
Was their quarterback? Yeah. Matt Schaub was their quarterback.
Wow.
You know, Arian Foster and Andre Johnson, you know, those years that we all thought that, you know, they might win. You know, Dez caught it. We were thinking all Texas Super Bowl. Robert, hang on the line. Pledge is going to get some info for you. Corbin, Harold, Martha, everybody else on hold. We'll another chance to get you qualified.
5:30
coming up in about an hour at 5:30. With that, also in the morning huddle boys, they have a different set of wristbands. Same thing. Get qualified 7:30, 8:30, and 9:30.
Now we're going to be doing this for a few days too, right?
All week long.
All week. There you go.
Maybe 2 weeks. Who the hell knows?
I don't know.
Well, this set of wristbands.
When is the second weekend of
October 11th to the 13th?
We may do it all the way up till October 10th.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Okay.
I can guarantee you we're not going to do that.
See, Robert, man, he was playing us. You think somebody leaked that? You know, we got this information. We have a leak in this building?
How could we? We made up the question literally during the commercial break.
I'm telling you.
You think that's Pledge's best friend?
You got a Houston Texan fan right in there answering the phones.
All right.
That's where I'd start.
You think Pledge?
Should go waterboard him.
You want a waterboard pledge?
What, in your toilet urinal?
Yeah,
sink?
exactly.
Well, the toilet urinal pledge, it's a sink urinal. There, it's a sink.
I said toilet urinal sink.
You just said you left off sink.
I said sink.
It's not a toilet.
A toilet and a urinal are two different things.
A toilet you can do both. A urinal is just made for one thing.
Just made for one, but you could in a
you
pinch.
could, but that'd be disgusting.
Well, I've seen it.
So is washing your hands in the urinal. That seems disgusting to me too.
It really does. I have to admit, it does. But it was, it's one thing. No matter how you go through life, there's always something that you find that's intriguing and you're not expecting. And that was that for me yesterday.
Yes, there are a lot of things that you see and you go, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
Man, that guy's retired. He's probably living on a beach somewhere in a tropical locale for having an idea that maybe at one point you thought of. And then you realize somebody else has already done it.
Never thought about the sink urinal.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
I've never thought of that. No.
That's a bad idea.
Thought about erasers on pencils and
that's a great idea,
different stuff, but not a urinal sink.
You thought about erasers on pencils?
Well, sure, after the fact. It's like, damn.
How old are you? You're like, you know what I really could use on this? Something to take away my mistakes.
Had the Frito Bandito. Did I tell you that? Back when I was a kid.
You had what?
The Frito Bandito.
Really? That
Yes.
was your non-original idea?
It wasn't my idea, but Fritos used to give that away. That eraser would be in the bottom of a bag of Fritos.
So wait a minute. They put erasers in
They
Fritos?
did. It was in a plastic wrap.
I mean, I used to get prizes out of Cracker Jacks or out of cereal.
This was a bag of Fritos. And I know there's some people out there that are old enough to remember
Anybody remember the eraser in the Frito? What did you call it?
The Frito Bandito.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Somebody's got to verify that.
Dude, if you had that on your pencil in school, you were a stud.
You were a stud.
You had to go buy a bag of Fritos to get the Frito Bandito and on your pencil.
Dude, all I remember is the book covers from Buttercrust Bakery.
Yeah. I remember those too.
All right.
Yeah.
But
Fred Villarreal remembers.
Fred
They came in
remembers.
several colors. See, I forgot about that, but he's right. He's on our YouTube page, by the way.
right.
Way to go, Fred.
There you go. So verified.
Yes. What? You think I would lie about something like that?
I sometimes don't trust your memory.
Dude, Frito Bandito. I'll never forget that.
I don't. I mean, anybody else watch the Kellogg's Seinfeld movie on Netflix? It's about an hour and a half of Kellogg's and Post and the cereal battles and how they came up with Pop-Tarts.
No.
Have you watched that?
I have not. I've missed that.
It's corny but kind of funny.
Sure.
It's only an hour and a half. We watched that late last night. It kills an hour and a half, but it's kind of funny.
That's good.
Cereal Wars. And they had prizes in their cereal, and I kind of remember some boxes of cereal would have prizes in them.
Yes, used to all of them had that.
See, I don't remember.
Especially the kids kind of cereal.
Well, of course
right?
the kids. I mean,
Fruit
they're
Loops
not
and
putting
stuff.
they're not putting prizes in cornflakes.
Well, why not?
Well, because old people don't want prizes.
Who said?
Well, but
I
again,
want prizes.
Well, that's what I was thinking. If they, of course you do. You want the little tattoos you can rub on and be there for
Exactly.
3 days.
Yes.
But I was thinking, if you wanted
it's a great idea, Jim.
kids to eat healthier cereals, they should have put prizes in them.
Well, they should have.
They should have.
I think even like Fruit Loops and Tricks are better for you now than they were back then.
Are they?
Well, I don't know, but I would assume that to be the case. Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries.
I'm not a cereal guy. I've never been.
See, I like
cereal guy.
I like cereal. I like Raisin Bran.
I've never been much of a cereal guy. And I thought after the whole Tim Spence thing at training camp, you'd never eat cereal again.
Well, as long as Spence isn't around, I can eat it. I know he hadn't had his hands in there after he probably washed them at a urinal sink.
Hey, David, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey guys, hey Joe, I remember the Frito Bandito. It was cool.
It was cool, right?
Yeah, and like like that gentleman on YouTube said, they came in different colors, and you just switched them out at school. We had in your backpack, or in my case back then, I used to carry a briefcase.
A briefcase to school?
Yeah. Well,
Did you get beat up?
No, I mean, I was going to Catholic school.
Private school with I just can't imagine a kid carrying a briefcase and not getting his ass kicked every day.
Well, my stepdad used to call it a satchel.
A satchel, yes. I remember that.
So
yeah.
We had all the little stuff to put your pencils and pens and all that kind of stuff in. And so I had all my erasers in there and all my pens and pencils and different.
Do you have a pocket protector too?
When I was in high school, going to Antonian in my freshman year. Because I think my parents paid we had to wear a suit on Fridays at Antonian when I was going to school there.
David, I'm glad you survived, man. You probably find those erasers on eBay.
Yeah, what you might be able to. What do they call the those books that there was a name for
the
them?
Trapper Keepers?
The Trapper Keeper, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't get your ass
like
kicked with the Trapper Keeper. No, a Trapper Keeper is a notebook. You used to open it up, had the little Velcro.
Yeah.
And you know,
it was a pain in the ass to carry around.
You'd have your loose leaf paper that was in there in the binder, and then your folders. You keep them separated. You carried a briefcase to work.
Dude, I'm telling you.
School.
Well, hey, he went to Antonian. That's what they do there.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
I never carried a briefcase, although I do now.
Well, no, you carry a bag.
Well, it's a briefcase.
It's a bag. No, a briefcase.
A briefcase is a suitcase. Do they even make those anymore?
It's a solid size. Yeah, I'm sure. You know, lawyers
have to keep that, right?
Yeah. I'm afraid of this one. John, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
We were talking about old toys and stuff and all that. I remember back in the days, like in the 1980s, and the old Fruit Loop box, they used to have this octopus-looking thing that was called a wacky wall walker.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But you'd stick it and you throw it at the wall and it'd crawl all the way down the wall, and then it would get like dust and junk all over it. And then you wash it off with soap and water and dry it, and it'd work all over again.
So you had a good time with that, John. It sounds like that's a good memory for you.
I know. I was trying to call him back, say, hey, when are you going to bring this old toys back? You know, that'd probably be a really good marketing thing. You know, like old 80s vintage toys for cereals coming back out. That'd be awesome.
I totally agree.
They got to upgrade the prizes.
I totally agree.
The kid meal prizes at different restaurants, I mean, they kind of suck now compared to what we had.
I agree. I don't know why. Did you ever Slinky?
Of course.
Man, I love that. It goes downstairs and up and in pairs and yada and then new. I don't know the words.
Clearly.
That was a catchy song, though.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
A slinky, slink, a slink.
No, all this grab ass talk. I wonder what kind of toys they have up there at the Star in Dallas. We'll talk about it next. Coming up on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star.
Well, I had quite the light show coming into work today. The lightning coming down, and I don't know if we got any hail today, but boy, I tell you what, these storms have been nuts in the last several weeks. And if you've had a hailstorm, you think your roof has been damaged, or you want to make sure that it hasn't been, there's really only one name to call, and that's Stevens Roofing. Don't fall for these fly-by-night folks that give you a call after one of those storms and say they just want to help you out. Don't do that. Go with an established company, a company that's been in San Antonio and South Texas for years and is not going anywhere. And that means they stand behind their work, and they've got a lot of happy customers. A quality roof overhead by Stevens Roofing means comfort. It means confidence, and it certainly means peace of mind. Protection for all the things that you love. If you're in the market for repairs, a replacement roof, an upgrade, or you just want to get it checked out to make sure that everything's okay, work with that experienced team that brings local roots, value, and a vast knowledge of their craft to every job. Work with Stevens Roofing. Call them. Let them check your roof out. 210-785-0994. You can also get them online at stevensroofing.net. Storms aren't over. We're still in the middle of that season, so keep the Stevens Roofing number handy. Here it is again, 210-785-0994.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Are you one of the nearly 10 million families that own a timeshare? Unfortunately, many families stuck in timeshares have learned the dark side of ownership, as their timeshare ends up being nothing like they were promised. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. If you are live buying a timeshare, you're going to need help. I know this because I once worked as a timeshare salesman, but quit the business and made it my personal mission to help folks get rid of bad timeshares. That's why I put together a timeshare exit information kit to help you understand how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation. Over 30,000 families have trusted us to get rid of their timeshares. Many started out by simply calling us for the free information kit and are now timeshare free.
To get your free information kit, call Wesley Financial now. Call 800-837-1919. That's 800-837-1919. 800-837-1919.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Come to Generations Federal Credit Union for a great competitive rate on a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, pay off credit cards, renovate your home, and more. With flexible terms, fixed rates, and minimal closing costs. All with easy applications and fast local decisions. Apply today at Generations Federal Credit Union. Rates and terms subject to approval and may change without notice. Full terms and conditions at mygenfcu.org/homeequity. Equal housing lender.
Feel that heat? That's how it should feel when you're outdoors watching your favorite team coming up to bat, not in your home. Call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631. That's 800-972-3631 and get a free quote for new energy-efficient windows.
Play ball! Missions Baseball returns Tuesday night at Wolf Stadium. Join us for AARP $2 Tuesday presented by 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Gates open at 5, first pitch at 6:05. Go to samissions.com for tickets.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Detroit Lions quarterback Jared Goff has agreed to a 4-year contract extension with the Lions. 4 years, $212 million, $170 million of that guaranteed. Makes him the second highest paid quarterback in the NFL, right behind Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow. Tonight we have a few more game fours, starting with the Celtics and Cavs from Cleveland. They'll tip at 6. That's followed by the Thunder and the Mavs from Dallas. That will tip off at 8:30.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
For the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is the Frito Bandito pencil top eraser collector, Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, and I tell you what, a lot of you people are going to get really weird targeted ads now, but we appreciate you. Blue Signs tweets in that they are available on Facebook Marketplace.
That's what I was saying, but
they range in
expensive.
price from $5 to $65. I got a tweet from Eric Bishop, and
There's one there for $65. He's got 3. There's a red one, a yellow one, and a blue one.
Wow.
Greg Castaneda tweets in pictures. There's a red one from 1968, $50 or best offer. The yellow one is only $33, and then there's a yellow one for $13.50 that has 8 bids on it.
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
Popular. Well, again, the $13.50 right now, it's got 2 days and 5 hours, give or take, on the $13.50. Or there's one for $33, or a red one for $50.
And I look. If people are buying them, that's great.
Here's one. If you open that up, there's a pink one.
A pink one.
A pink. It's right there.
I see it. $26. Yeah,
26. Yeah. It has 12 bids.
Yeah, it does.
12.
Dude, I'm telling you.
And it's at 26 right now with 2 days.
These things are. They're. I mean, it's a piece of your childhood, Minix. That these people are paying. Now I'm not going to do it.
Oh, you cheap bastard! Come on.
I'm not going to.
Why?
I used to get them for free in a bag of Fritos.
You bought the Fritos, didn't you?
The dude had a good song too.
What?
He was the Frito Bandito. It was a great song.
So is this part of the Frito-Lay from?
It used to be a big ad campaign.
Well, Frito's got a big spot here.
Well, they're made here, right? They were invented here. I think.
Do you think you can go over to their headquarters and see them on display over there? Maybe buy them a little bit cheaper?
I doubt it, because I'm not sure that a lot of people like that anymore.
Well, it's politically incorrect, which is why it's so expensive.
Well,
but people collect all kinds of stuff.
Technically, it's not politically incorrect.
Well,
there were actual banditos.
They still are.
Right. So now I think maybe it's kind of like everything else with, the Cleveland Indian guy. And so they didn't like the way it looks.
I'm just looking at that guy, and where you put that eraser or your pencil, it just looks uncomfortable.
Goes right up the old chute. Woo! It does, man. I never thought about that as a kid.
Of course you didn't.
But,
your dirty mind didn't develop until much later.
Pop it right up there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm impressed that there are so many of these. And
I'm telling you.
I'm even more impressed that so many of you Googled them to see what was out there and took the time to tweet us at Joe Reinagle 210. Tweet
Absolutely.
At me at Jason Minix. 5:35, we'll have another opportunity for you to get qualified for those 3-day wristbands for the ACL Music Festival weekend at 2. In the meantime, Cowboys are at work. What are we looking at?
Oh, we got Donovan Mitchell out tonight with a left calf strain. Breaking news.
Yeah, it's 25 points that they're not going to get tonight.
Yeah, that's trouble.
That's good news for Boston.
Well, it is on the face of it, but Boston seeing that too, they go, easy night.
Yeah, they better not. They better not. We'll talk more about that coming up in a bit. Cowboys at work. Zeke wearing 15. Zeke's back in the building, and Mike McCarthy doing his best. Like, look, they brought a veteran guy in. He's good for the room. Although you better protect yourself if Zeke is around.
Well, number one, it's probably as natural of a transition that you'll ever see. He walked in and, he has that unbelievable smile, and it's just like he never left. So huge personality in the locker room. So I know that was like I said, it felt like he never left. But he definitely puts you on guard, because he's old school. He's an old school guy, and he'll go up and smack a 60-year-old man in the ass, and it hurts. So so it's those kinds of things that you just enjoy them. Not that I enjoy getting smacked in the ass, but just enjoy his
like
personality
you do, actually,
and having
Mike.
him back
Although
in the building.
I would like to think that that's not the wet towel snap in the shower kind of thing.
Nah, I think it's the back of the front of the hand.
Yeah.
Kind of a slap.
Mm-hmm. But the idea of
Mike's got a big target too. I mean, that wouldn't Zeke doesn't have to be right on.
You're right.
as long as he hits the target and not below.
Well, sure.
That was always the fear in school when the principal used to spank you. I don't know. I'm sure you've got spanked plenty of times by your principal.
Well, yeah. It was our vice principal that usually handed out the corporal punishment.
Oh, it was Mr. Powell at Copper Cove High School. And he was this old guy, and he had old man strength, and it was a wooden paddle. And he would tell you there's a chair in his office, and you'd have to put your arms on the chair. And he would tell you, don't flinch and don't try to put your hand back here to get hurt. And the goal was, because there was always 3.
Yeah.
And everybody knew this. He was going to miss once and get the back of your legs.
Probably on purpose.
Well, because especially when you flinch, because that paddle had holes in it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, it would suck the skin right back in, and boom.
My goodness. But
I remember those days.
Getting hit on the ass wasn't bad, but the back of the legs.
It wasn't good.
That's where it hurt.
It wasn't good, but it was Mr. Howard. I remember
Howard.
his name.
Yeah, of course.
If you
remember
saw him,
things
if you saw him coming, you were in trouble.
No, it was like you're sitting outside, and Mr. Powell would have you sitting outside his office, and it would always be right in between classes. So you're in the principal's office, although the chairs for the principal's office were right outside the principal's office. So in between classes, everybody's walking by, knows what's coming, and the crap that you would get. Well, you played it cool, but you were terrified because you knew what was coming. And Mr. Powell, this dude's a professional. He would make you take like your wallet out of your back pocket too. There was nothing in there that could help absorb the swats that were coming your way.
Not that
I ever got in trouble.
They take you right out of class and do it where everybody in class could hear it.
Oh yeah,
I mean right there in the hallway.
Oh, they're brutal out there.
I'm telling you, they were.
But at least you had your trusty eraser, man, your friend that helped you get through it.
Yeah, well, he did nothing for me.
Yeah. Zeke is not going to be the bell cow running back.
He's not.
Well, that's what Mike McCarthy says.
I don't think that's fair. I mean, what do you mean? I mean, the guy carried the ball more than anybody in the history of football in the first couple of years. That's not going to be his role. We're running back by committee. But I think he'll definitely play at the level that he's played. I know my time here. I anticipate that. I don't see, any drop off in the way he moves. He's in good shape. The weight room and, Harold and, and frankly, he works out with Dak. So, I mean, you're in tune with, who he works out with and the type of shape, that he was, projected to be in, and that's held true. He's come in here and is, like I said, it's like he picked up right where he left off.
Well, yeah, everybody likes Zeke. I mean, they all said that, and a lot of the players, especially Dak, was very sad to see Zeke leave. So I'm sure just having him back in the building is good. But who is going to be the bell cow?
He's not on the roster right now.
Oh, that could be, but they like Rico Dowdle. They've drafted and developed. You still got Malik. What's his name?
Davis.
Yeah.
And Deuce Vaughn.
Well, sure, to return kicks.
I mean, but the way I see it with the Cowboys, the leading rusher is currently not on the roster. The idea of running back by committee scares the hell out of me. I know most teams do some sort of committee, but there's a bell cow that's a part of said committee. They tried wide receiver by committee years ago and realized quickly this ain't working, and they made the trade for Amari Cooper.
Yep.
I got to believe that the leading rusher, whoever ends up being the leading rusher, because you pull up a Cowboys depth chart right now, Zeke is RB1.
He is.
In name and title only, seniority. He knows where the lunchroom is. Outside of that, he won't be the leading rusher for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, you better
this
hope
season.
not. Yeah, I mean, seriously, you better hope not. That they can go find somebody that will be. But I don't know who that person is.
We don't know yet.
It would have to be a retread, another one.
Going to be an interesting night in the NBA. Let's talk about it coming up. We already know Donovan Mitchell will not play tonight for the Cleveland Browns. He has been ruled out because of a calf strain. Is that good news for Boston? You want to add excitement to watching these games tonight? Boston, Cleveland, Dallas, OKC. Download the Underdog Fantasy app and start playing the Pick'em game. Makes watching the game so much more fun. And what you do to build your Pick'em entry is pick between 2 and 5 players, and all you have to do is select higher or lower on their predicted stats. And if your picks hit, you can win money. It's fantasy, but legal in Texas. You look at tonight's game.
Luka right now at 29.5 points, higher or lower. SGA 30.5, higher or lower. Chet Holmgren 8 rebounds, higher or lower. Jalen Brunson at 32.5. As you look at games for coming up for like tomorrow night, so you could build a pick 'em entry for games tomorrow or the next day if you think you're going to be busy. It's a lot of fun to play and easy to get started. Go to underdogfantasy.com or download their mobile app. Sign up using my promo code STAR, and Underdog will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick 'em entry and a deposit offer. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms do apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgaming.org. Again, signed up at Underdog using my promo code STAR at underdogfantasy.com.
94.1 FM.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started Wesley Financial Group to do one thing: help people get out of their timeshare nightmare. When you buy a timeshare, the timeshare company can raise your annual maintenance fees at will. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Want out of your timeshare? Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
Hey there, you and aisle 2. I see you by the fiber and laxatives. You still using those to manage your constipation with belly pain? If your symptoms keep coming back, you may have irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. So you may need more than over-the-counter treatments to manage it. Ask your doctor about how Linzess can help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Okay, it's here. Everyone stay calm. It's Kohl's lowest prices of the season. And when I say low, I mean low. I got my kids jumping beans tees for $3.99. Treated myself to some cute tees and tank tops under $5. And got great finds for our patio, 50% off. Plus, I earned Kohl's cash on all of it. Sounds too good to be true? Well, I guess you'll have to go to Kohl's and find out for yourself. Select styles. Offers end May 15th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code MONTHFREE by May 31st. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
This is AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6 for the perfect ride to work on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagel210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. And if you've done grilling over the last couple of days, you did something nice for Mom, make sure you take those photos of that great meat on your grill and upload them to sasportstar.com, the Grilling with the Blitz page, because on Thursday, we'll judge meat and give away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market.
So you grilled some ribs.
Yes.
Took them up to your mom.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Did they stay hot? She didn't have to put them in the microwave, did she?
We heated them up there the proper
You
way.
did?
But, well, yeah, because I cooked them on Saturday. So I got a call from the original plan was we were going to go up to my mom's house in Copper Cove and then go out to eat. And my mom on Friday calls. She's not feeling good. She's, my mom gets these shots like every 3 months for pain.
Okay.
And her next shot, because she can only get them every 3 months, is on the 29th.
Right.
And so she's miserable between now and then.
I got
so
you.
she didn't want,
gotcha.
and then the restaurants are going to be busy and she doesn't want to have to wait and, and all this other kind of stuff. So I was like, Mom, I'll make some ribs and I'll just bring them up. So I made the ribs on Saturday and took them up on Sunday.
So how do you reheat ribs? Do you little water with the steam or what?
Yeah, you do that to kind of maintain moistness and just, it's not hard.
So your mom was happy. She had microwave ribs.
Reheated. Reheated, not cooked. There's a big difference. Big difference. And then I got home last night and made some fillets for Joanna and myself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's time to get into Tri-County and get some good steaks.
We were there on Friday.
Well, I've got 3 of the chuck eyes.
Yeah.
So
you got 3?
3.
Is that what's for dinner tonight?
Might be.
What do you mean might be?
Well, it might be.
Your wife
I
hadn't
don't
told
know.
you yet?
No.
Okay.
But the good part about those chuck eyes, they don't take long to cook. I mean, if I get home at 6:30, we're eating by 7:15.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're delicious.
And there's 3 of them. So there's one for you, one for Maggie, and one for James Pledger.
Yeah, perhaps. But what I'll probably do is cook all 3. And that's lunch tomorrow.
Oh,
if there's any left over, I'll bring Pledge a bite.
A bite.
A bite.
A bite doesn't take care of Pledge.
Well,
you want to hear the damnedest thing?
You sure?
We were at Tri-County Meat Market on Friday, and a lot of you guys stopped by, and
we appreciate
you
it.
saw all that food that was on that grill.
Yeah.
And so at the end, there's, what was left, everybody's like, hey, anybody want to take stuff to go? There's this, there's that. And you were going out of town. I was going over to Rob's, and it was like, nah, Greg Shelton, take it. No, I don't. He did, and because he'd been eating all day. So we'll take it to Pledge. I didn't really see all the food that was there, but there was a couple of containers, like those big silver tray containers.
It was a lot, yes.
And so it's going to, Greg Shelton was going to take it to Pledge. Well, we had a basketball game at 6:00 on Friday night, so there was no extra innings. And it's Friday. So on my way home, I call Pledge and it's like, hey, make sure you're there when Shelton gets there. This can't be one of those Fridays where you bolt out of there because all this food is coming your way. There's enough food there for you and Becky to eat all weekend long.
All weekend.
All weekend long.
Yeah.
It never made it out of the station.
Of
Pledge
course
told
not.
me today he devoured that as soon as it showed up and ate all that food before he even went home. He didn't save any of it for Saturday or Sunday.
Well, I hope Becky had something to eat that night.
Becky didn't get squat, man. She had a Pop-Tart, maybe a Hot Pocket. Nothing. Of all that great food, he was like, screw my roommate.
Dude, I'm going to tell you what. There was a ton there. Because I had that. I picked it up and put it over on the table for Shelton as they kind of wrapped it up.
Yeah.
It was heavy as hell.
There was lots of food. I literally thought Pledge would have enough food for the entire weekend.
Well, you would think so.
And the variety would have been like, you're not even going to have the same meal twice. There were some ribs and there was some brisket and there was fajitas, lots of fajitas.
Yeah.
The burnt ends were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there was a couple of those left in there.
Oh, they must have got lost.
Had to have.
Yeah.
I left that place. I was not hungry the rest of the night.
Rob was having a barbecue at his house.
I didn't eat.
No.
I was full.
Yes.
I didn't eat again until Saturday morning.
And then Joe from Tri-County made us those hot dogs.
Yeah.
It was a fun day of eating good food.
Yes. But Pledge, I thought I was, I'm glad I didn't call Becky and say, hey, Pledge is going to bring you dinner tonight.
Well, you know what? You should have.
Well, I'm not going to get him in trouble.
Well,
They're not
why
even
not?
married.
Well, it
they
doesn't matter.
don't even date. They don't even
They might as
accidentally
well
every
be.
now and then.
They might
There's
as well be
nothing.
married.
But but again, there's nothing between those two.
No,
which
I
is,
get it.
I mean, you would think, hey, I'm bored. Why not? Right? But no,
Sure,
he doesn't even do that. But you feed her. They go out all the time together.
They do.
You could have been a nice roommate.
I am. She's not a leftovers person.
Well, those weren't
I get the
leftovers.
leftovers.
Well,
Yeah, those weren't leftovers.
They weren't leftovers. They were extras. It was like the buffet and it hadn't been served yet. It's different than if I bring you something that's been in my fridge for 4 days and it's either throw it out or take it to the garbage disposal known
leftovers.
as James Pledger. I mean, it never made it into Tupperware. See, that's what defines leftovers is, Tupperware in the fridge, 24 hours. That's now a leftover.
I think when the grease kind of starts to solidify, and you have to reheat it, that's a leftover.
No. It's not leftovers until it's made Tupperware and in the fridge.
That it was just cooked like, I don't know, a couple hours ago.
Well, by the time I went home, it would have been multiple hours.
I think Becky would have enjoyed that, and you screwed her out of the opportunity. You at least didn't give her the opportunity to tell you, no, I'm not eating leftovers because I'm too good for that. Where's the Hot Pocket? You had the opportunity to get roommate of the year by saying, hey, look, they brought this for me, but I want to share with you. Nothing.
Well, I think Pledge should take her out to dinner tonight.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I would.
I mean, they're not dating.
Well, it doesn't matter.
They're just roommates.
They're friends.
They are friends.
Okay.
I mean, they've been together, I don't know, 15 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're friends.
I mean, they can't date other people because.
Right. Sure.
Yes. But. Yeah. It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. I hope you enjoyed that,
Jacob
Pledge.
Eric calls it on YouTube. That's leftovers of the leftovers.
Well, see, I don't consider that barbecue was not leftover because it had just been cooked and literally put into a tin container and taken to play.
Yes.
Those aren't leftovers.
That's called to go.
Yeah, those aren't leftovers.
Yeah, I mean, the work that was to create a to-go plate was there. If he had showed up at Tri-County and was eating out of the same deal, he wouldn't have called it leftovers.
Exactly.
Neither would have Becky.
Right.
You just weren't at the event.
But
you always whine and bitch that you never get anything when we go do stuff like that. So we made sure you and Becky were taken care of, and you screwed Becky out of food.
I appreciate it.
Poor Pledge had to sit there and watch us eat all day long.
It was delicious.
Oh, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. I love that guy. And that setup they had was incredible.
That was good stuff.
That was awesome.
It was really good stuff.
The surprise was the bottom Tim with the short ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get any short ribs. I'm like Becky.
I guess I didn't either. I was too busy enjoying the fajitas.
And that Wagyu brisket.
And that Wagyu brisket was good too. Yeah. Woo, I'm getting hungry now, though.
Yeah, it's almost dinner time.
Sure wish Pledge would have saved a little. I'd have heated up some leftovers.
Well, I got to admit, I asked about it because I was hoping there was still some in the fridge if he accidentally forgot to take some home to Becky. Because if there was some in the fridge, I might have enjoyed it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But the fact that it didn't even make it out of here Friday night. It's incredible.
Yeah.
There was like 7 meals.
I don't know how Pledge doesn't weigh 5 million pounds. As much as that dude eats. He's got the metabolism.
I don't know how he doesn't weigh 180 pounds.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying he's got a hell of a metabolism for a 40-something-year-old dude.
Well, have you ever seen the guy? He doesn't stop moving. He's like the Energizer Bunny. He just is always bouncing on the other side of the chair.
Well,
sometimes makes you wonder what's on his seat.
A pencil
with an eraser.
You stick up a Frito Bandito.
That would get you moving.
That would.
Protecting myself from Zeke.
Yeah.
Boston, Cleveland tonight.
Yeah.
Boston leads the series 2-1. They were 8.5-point favorite coming into today. No Donovan Mitchell.
That's got to be changing as we speak.
Does Cleveland even have a chance in this one?
Sure.
And you know what's weird as I say that? There's been a couple of games where it's like, man, this is over. They don't have a chance. And they win. The fact that Cleveland got one was a surprise. That, Indiana got off the mat. That series is 2-2. Denver got off the mat. That series is 2-2, and it looked like they might go to Minnesota and get swept.
Yeah. Heart of a champion, man. They're good, and Jokic finally woke up, and he's playing well, and Jamal Murray too.
That Jamal Murray video, by the way, with Kevin Harlan is classic. That half-court shot before halftime.
Yes.
That was classic.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, go Google that video.
The photographer, the camera guy there is the star.
Well, sure.
It was, man, the shot was just perfect. He had it perfect where you saw the ball go into the hoop.
And Harlan losing his mind. And
Harlan losing his mind, yeah.
Jamal Murray heard every bit of that.
Sure he did.
Because Kevin does not need a microphone.
He's a loud guy.
To give you an idea of the loudness that is Kevin Harlan, we were in Las Vegas on Super Bowl Radio Row. We were talking with Kevin Harlan. And Kevin Harlan was talking to us about Wemby and said,
Wembenyama!
And everybody in the convention center looked around.
Well, yeah.
Because, one, that's Kevin Harlan's voice. Everybody knows it. But he said it so loud in that room that everybody heard him say,
Wembenyama!
And it was awesome.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe Harlan's going to do a few more Spurs games this year. I hope so.
Well, not this year because the Spurs aren't playing.
Well, this year.
You mean next season?
The season. It is still this year, is it not?
We're still playing this year's playoffs.
It's not going to be like January of next year, right?
Well, Kevin's been back in San Antonio a lot this year, so he could say,
Wembenyama!
At the Prospect Center.
Yeah.
Yes. And
I just hope they're relevant is what I'm saying.
Well, it depends on what they do with the 4th and 8th picks.
Trade them.
That they got in this year's draft lottery. We'll talk about that coming up.
Trade them.
Plus, we're getting our final person for this Monday qualified for those 3-day ACL Music Festival wristbands. Trivia time coming up. Grab your phone line now. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. It was interesting watching the draft lottery yesterday at my mother's house in Coppers Cove and seeing all the videos from the draft lottery a year ago and the excitement that we were having there at the Roo Pub at 281 in Redland Road when the Spurs won the draft lottery. And with that, we knew we were getting Wemby. Any big game, any big event, no better place than the Roo Pub with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. And when you show up at the Roo, show up hungry. The food, fantastic. They got the biggest and best wings in town, about 15 different burgers on the menu, including the original Wemby burger. Great hot dogs. I learned the other day, Joe Reinagel loves the corn dog bites at the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road. That's part of the great appetizers. Pledge tells me they have wonderful salads. And more importantly, that kitchen is open late till 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. The Roo Pub has happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Huddle, we find out how many NBA series are going to be 2-2.
And the history of the number 4 and the number 8 picks. One of them's great, the other, not so much. We're talking about it all. Get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Are your windows struggling to keep up with the game? It's time to upgrade with Maverick Windows. Stay ahead of the competition with energy-efficient windows. Call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631. That's 800-972-3631 to get a free quote.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas, only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
As a roofer, spring means the start of my busy season, which means I've got to get organized. With help from Beacon, I can save time with Beacon Pro Plus and 24/7 access to live pricing, delivery tracking, order history, and more. Plus, this spring, I can earn $1,000 and the chance to win a $25,000 backyard renovation just by buying my CertainTeed shingles online with Beacon. No purchase necessary. Now that's what I call a spring cleanup. Visit BECN.com for official rules and to start earning entries.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one? We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Get the last water softener you'll ever own and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE Kinetico.
Visit KineticoSA.com.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 210-615-7777 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Howdy, howdy.
Was that what that smile was?
Howdy, howdy.
You had a weird smile. I thought you
I did.
stubbed your toe or something.
No, I'm excited, man. We're about to give somebody a chance of a lifetime.
ACL Music Festival 3-day wristbands. Not single day. 3-day, all 3 days.
Wow.
About $700.
Wow.
And right now you can get qualified to win those. Right now you're just getting your name in the bucket. Right? You're not actually winning them right now. But these are massive. So we've got trivia questions that we're going to do. And what really has Reinagel excited, it's his question.
Well, it is. And I got this, I actually got this one wrong when I first saw it.
And to be honest, I got this one wrong as well. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. The funny part about that is both Joe and I had the same answer.
Yeah, we did. Yes.
And we are both wrong.
Yes.
So I'm anticipating that Andrew, Travis, Steven, and Robert, who are the first four up, when they get it wrong as well, a line will open up quickly, so make sure you're dialing fast, 210-656-3776. I don't say that saying I don't have confidence in you, but Andrew, you're first up. You know, everybody else will have opportunities to Google, so we're going to roll through these pretty quick to try to keep the Googling from happening.
You
Okay.
ready, Andrew, you ready?
You ready, Andrew?
Howdy, howdy. I'm ready.
All right, here we go. What is the one Western Conference team that Tim Duncan never faced in the playoffs?
The Supersonics.
Nope.
Well, that would be
wrong.
That would be wrong. Look at that. A couple people already hung up. I am Steven, you didn't hang up. You're up.
Okay, the Phoenix Suns.
Nope.
Oh, come on, man. You remember those Steve Nash series, Robert Ory, and Amari Stoudemire with the toe on the floor? Come on. Hey, Robert, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
I'll say
he just hung up. I'll say
eject.
Yeah. 210-656-ESPN. 656-3776. Fred, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
What's up, Minix? What's up, Joe?
What's up, Fred?
This is how fair it is. I didn't even hear the question. I just heard call in. Read me the question.
Here we go. What is the one Western Conference team that Tim Duncan never faced in the playoffs?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Well, yeah,
it is.
Me being a youngin.
That's not going to help you.
It's not going to help. Let's go Western Conference Finals only, right?
No, Western Conference, period.
Western Conference, period. You know what? Let's just randomly throw out Sacramento Kings.
That would be
wrong.
Incorrect.
Which, by the way, that's what Minix and I both said too.
That is correct.
It's wrong.
All right. Your name on the screen says Spurlock. Yo, Spurlock.
You ready?
Yes.
You want me to read the question again, or do you have the answer?
No, go ahead and read it again.
All right. What is the one Western Conference team Tim Duncan never faced in the playoffs?
Your name is Spurlock. It's not Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Oh, man, they had some great series with Minnesota. In fact, back in 2000, 2001. Hey, Mark, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm calling in for the trivia.
Yeah, you're
Got it, brother.
live,
Do you have
man.
the
What's
answer,
your
or
guess?
you want the question?
The Rockets.
What? Say that again?
The Houston Rockets. Tim Duncan never faced the Houston Rockets in the playoffs.
That's exactly right.
It's funny. It sounds like you're reading that exactly how it was Googled.
No, I've known that for quite some time.
Well, there you go. And that surprised the hell out of me when I first saw that answer. So congratulations, Mark. Hang on the line there, and Pledge will get you in the hat.
You know, it's weird when you think about some of those Rockets teams. You know, the Spurs were good for so long. The Rockets were good and bad during Timmy's time. It never happened. But the year after Timmy retired, the Spurs played the Rockets in the playoffs.
Isn't that nuts?
It's crazy.
I would have never thought of the Houston Rockets. I immediately went to the Sacramento Kings, and so did you.
I did. And they played the Kings in 2005.
Yeah.
Or the 2006 playoffs, but the 05-06
Crazy.
season.
I would have never thought the Rockets, but there you go. The Houston Rockets.
Of all teams.
Of all teams.
Of all
right?
teams.
Yeah.
Of all teams.
Huh.
All right. So we've gotten 4 people qualified for the ACL 3-day weekend 2 passes. Now, here's the thing. You know, we're doing this all week.
Yeah.
So we're getting 4 qualified every day.
Uh-huh.
There's going to be 20 names in the hat. Then we're going to pull one out.
Yes.
In the mornings, they are doing 3 a day, 7:30, 8:30, and 9:30. Listen to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson for your chance to get qualified. In the mornings, you've got a 1 in 15 chance of winning.
So what are you saying? You got a better chance, but
you got a better chance with the Blitz.
Well, yeah, but you better chance of qualifying.
Yeah, because
5 more opportunities.
Exactly. So we'll do this tomorrow as well.
Yay!
Trivia like this. Some we'll just do on the YouTube channel. So if you're watching on YouTube, some we might just have you tweet. We'll see.
Yeah. And
I mean, Joe is going to go home tonight and spend hours coming up with trivia questions.
Yes, I will.
Hours.
Might stay up all night thinking of stuff.
Somehow I think after the weekend you had, you won't see 9 o'clock tonight.
I may not.
You
I
might.
may not.
I will say this. I'm going to text you at halftime of the Mavericks game.
to see if you're still up.
All right.
In fact, everybody should tweet at Joe Reinagle 210 at halftime to see if he responds to any of them.
Let's see, halftime will be about 9:30,
Well,
9:45.
the game
roughly.
starts at 8:30.
Yeah, so halftime's about 9:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think you're going to still be up?
Yeah.
Do you think?
I want to see that game.
All right.
I do. I want to watch
You
that
might
game.
not be in bed, but you're going to be asleep in your chair.
I might
are
be.
you a recliner guy or chair guy?
No, I'm a chair guy, but what I love, and we got the bed is one of those that
the adjustable bed.
Yeah, it's adjustable. So
you lean up in the.
I could be.
No, I've got
could
one of
be in
those.
there.
We never move it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because Maggie and I like to, especially like in the morning, we'll sit up, have some coffee, watch, get caught up with what's happening in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
In other words, watch the news.
Well, because
while drinking coffee in bed.
Yeah, she's got to get up, at 7 o'clock. She got to be at work by 8. So whether that's at home or at work.
So you wake up early to slowly start your day.
I do. I prefer that. See, I don't like just crawling out of bed and you got to go. I got to take my time.
No, it's a race, man. You get up, pee, brush your teeth, shower.
See, we have two dogs that wake. Yeah, their alarm is usually about 6:55.
See, here's the thing: if I went and got a cup of coffee and came back to bed, I'll wake up 2 hours later and the coffee's going to be cold.
Well, you don't drink coffee.
I don't drink coffee, but if I did, if I were to get up to go do something and I go back to bed, I'm going to sleep.
Well, it depends on what time that is.
Like if I got to get up, feet on the floor, I can't go back to bed, or I'll see you at noon.
Every now and then. It doesn't happen very often, but I mean, one of the dogs will wake me up at like 2:30.
Oh yeah,
I got to get up because I don't want them, peeing in the bed.
Well, of course not.
So you get up.
Are they nice dogs? Would they at least pee on the floor? They wouldn't pee on the bed.
Well, I would hope
they don't
not.
pee where they sleep.
But the bed's kind of high and the dogs are low, and I don't want any knees blowing out. So I'd rather them wake me up.
You don't have those little doggy stairs by your bed?
I don't, but that's a damn good idea.
You should get those.
Yeah.
That
would have been a hell of a Mother's Day gift.
Father's Day is coming.
It is.
We used to have steps like that for our basset hound.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we never used them.
Yeah.
Never used them.
Not a bad idea. But
the other dog used them. They didn't need it.
I don't want them just going up and down anytime they feel like it either.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I like to be in control of when they're.
Well, we know you're a controlling dude,
when
but
they get
you're
up.
never in control. But
Yeah.
I mean, so the dogs are afraid to jump off the bed?
Well, they'll do it if it's an emergency, but it's pretty high.
It's a bed.
Yeah, but it's high.
They're little dogs.
They are.
I mean, it's like jumping off of a third-story window regardless, right?
It's a long way down for the little dogs.
And then you hear the and the tumble.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
Now you hear the dog scream. Who jumps out of bed faster, you or Maggie?
I would probably Maggie, I would assume. But we don't let them do that. So
I mean, the dog's had 2 ACLs. She's got 2 more legs.
No,
we can get to 4.
No.
What do you mean no?
Not.
What do you mean no?
She's doing great right now. So let's keep it that way.
Mm-hmm.
She's outstanding.
You're like
But
Aaron
the other
Rodgers,
dog's
man.
getting kind of old. I mean, we've got one dog she's getting up there and starting to see some issues. She's a great dog. But she's getting up there.
Pledge, what are you writing up there?
A novel. Nikola Topic.
Whose knees are worse? The future Spur who got hurt today, or Joe's dogs?
Dude, I don't think this guy's going to be a Spur.
So many people think that Topic is coming to San Antonio. And you think about Wasserman from the Bleacher Report. He has been talking about Topic to the Spurs for a long time. As soon as the Spurs ended up with the number 4 pick in the Bleacher Report emergency pod or whatever the hell they were doing, he's like, there's your guy. He's coming to San Antonio.
All right, let's go to number 4, San Antonio Spurs. Nikola Topic from Serbia. I mean, I just think Topic is such a perfect fit. Maybe I think he's the best actual fit for Wembanyama. San Antonio needs a point guard, obviously, but I think the thing that translates, sure thing, no brainer with Topic is the playmaking. He's a guy who just thrives on getting to spots and setting the table at 6'6". I'm told he may even be bigger than that based on recent images. If he's even 6'7" ball handler with his passing IQ, his craftiness, his vision. I mean, there's a lot more questions about whether his scoring can translate, but I think you value right now for Wemby, you value a guy who could set the table, create easy shots, make the game a little bit easier for him, so Wemby doesn't have such a heavy creation workload, which could lead to injury risk, and just be able to put Wemby in better spots, I think, so he's not kind of handling the ball 30 feet from the basket. I really like Topic as a top 5 pick, but I really love him for San Antonio. They're going to have also Rob Dillingham to look at in terms of creation, but he could be there at number 8. Let's keep moving on to see if he is.
All right, so, Dillingham, a lot of mocks have come into San Antonio at number 8.
Yeah.
Topic at 4, a lot of mocks. But he's had an injury history. As young as he is, he's talented. I mean, the film on him looks good. And apparently the recent images, he might look even bigger, whatever the hell that means. And he was playing in a game today over in Europe, and he had to be carried off. Two guys with another knee injury.
It did not
Don't
look
know
good.
the severity of it. Maybe he's got the soccer mentality of, it doesn't feel right. Let me roll around and act like I've been shot, get the magic spray, and he'll be back. But it did not, in all seriousness, did not look good.
No.
And that gives, I want to win sooner rather than later. I know the Spurs are saying all the different things. They've got all the options to them. We talked to Tom Orsborne from the San Antonio Express News earlier in the show. You can find it in the audio vault at sasportstar.com, powered by AA Best Bail Bonds. Tom in Chicago, who was in the room yesterday when they were doing the lottery drawings before we saw it on television, he was witness to it. But talking to Brian Wright, getting Toronto's pick that came in at number 8 plus their number 4 pick, all options are open. They were open coming in because of the future draft picks that they have. Wemby on Saturday, while winning the Rookie of the Year award, was talking about, now they're doing it at the planetarium, all that kind of stuff. But if you listen carefully to what he was saying, why it's important to win Rookie of the Year, he also says he wants to win sooner rather than later.
Everything, of course, I want to win as soon as possible, and I want the team results to be there, but I didn't expect to be champions in my first year. This is one of the representations of our progression throughout the year and the efforts we all made on the court, and receiving this trophy here with fans, with kids, and everyone happy to be there. It's a good feel for me and a good representation of the love that we felt throughout the whole year. And to me, this is the right way to receive it.
We're going to learn a lot about how Brian Wright, Greg Popovich, R.C. Buford feel about the roster that they have and those players moving forward in the future that they have with the San Antonio Spurs. Because Orsborne was of the opinion, I agree with him, I don't think they keep both of those picks. One or the other is going to be used in some sort of a trade for a veteran, preferably a veteran point guard. And so I just don't see the Spurs drafting 2 19-year-olds to add to the youngest team in the league already. I just don't see that happening.
And I want veteran guys. At least now we know we've got pick 4 and we've got pick 8.
Right.
That's step 1 of trying to figure out what the future is. You were able to get Toronto's pick. The Kawhi trade continues to give to San Antonio. And like we talked about with Tom, give the front office a lot of credit for their collection of picks.
Sure.
Now, what do they do with them? This is where they're going to be judged. What do they do with these picks? What do these picks turn into for San Antonio? I've been saying for this entire offseason, go get me a veteran point guard.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't even have to be an all-star point guard, but a good, solid veteran point guard. Topic, non-contact injury today. I know a lot of people, and look, I don't care if we draft him as long as we still get a veteran guy. Kendrick Perkins on ESPN says the same thing.
Wants to win right now. The Rookie of the Year, and arguably, in my opinion, in the next year or 2 years is going to be the best player on both ends of the floor. I think you have to look at the market and look at the likes of a Trae Young or DeJounte Murray to pair alongside of him because he wants to win. I would rather the Spurs go out there and get a guy that's proven than base drafting on potential. I don't know what that's going to do. And then last but not least, right now, Greg Popovich is drinking this Pediasure. Okay,
All right.
he's 70. He's gonna be 76 years old next year. I mean, you don't think he want to have a good run in the postseason with Victor, where he need the pieces around him?
Yeah, he's exactly right, and everybody sees this except for there's this handful of Spurs fans that don't want to skip steps, whatever the hell that means, and build it from there. I just think that you in this day and age you've got to have a mixture of young guys, which the Spurs have, and then veteran talent around them. And look, you draft a couple of 19-year-old kids, as talented as they may be coming in, there's got to be a learning curve. There was with Wemby. And he is the most talented guy, certainly of anybody in this draft. And there was a learning curve for him. So if the Spurs want to do that and just make their team younger than it already is, expect a learning curve next year.
Well, and I mean, look at this young team that they have. Even guys on their second contract are still learning how to be pros, to steal words from Greg Popovich that he said during the season when talking about a Devin Vassell or a Keldon Johnson or a Jeremy Sohan. Now, the one guy that's name has been talked about since the All-Star break is Trae Young.
Yes.
And Tim McMahon at ESPN on the Hoops Collective podcast was talking about Trae Young to San Antonio.
I will say that I have talked to people who know Wemby who have indicated that he is at least intrigued by that idea. Now, intrigued by that idea and pounding the table are two very different things. I have no idea whether Greg Popovich would be intrigued by the idea.
He's not classically a Popovich player, Trae Young.
And everybody I talk to says, hey, from a basketball perspective, I think it could really work because, as you mentioned, Wemby covers up a lot of sins defensively and a lot of flaws defensively. And say what you want about Trae Young, the man can run pick and roll and is one of the probably two best lob passers in the league. Him and the guy that he was traded for on draft night when he was picked, or the two best lob passers in the league, I would say. Culturally are the questions. And it's not like, hey, Trae, are you okay being the number two guy? No. Trae, do you embrace being the sidekick? It's not 1 and 2. It is, this is the face of the franchise, and you are here to enhance him and maximize his talents. And obviously there are a lot of doubts about that.
And I don't know. I'm not overly excited about Trae Young. I could talk myself into it, but not at the asking price I've heard that Atlanta wants. And what Tim was just saying there, is he willing to come here and not even be 1A? I mean, you're clearly number 2. You're clearly Scottie Pippen.
And you're
even
Robin. Yeah.
And even Scottie Pippen didn't like the Scottie Pippen role.
I don't know. I think it changes a little bit now that Atlanta got the number 1 pick. We'll see. But I think the price went up for those two guys if you're interested in them because they've got the number 1 pick. And they may not be ready to cash it in just yet.
My guess is James Pledge will talk more about this coming up on Extra Innings with Pledge. That's next here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're riding with a Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM, Floresville.